for the gun in the open center console and shot her in self-defense. Their 2 children were in the back seat at the time. $3.26 a gallon is the statewide average for gas today, says AAA. That's 11 cents higher than the national average. Notre Dame has started their fall football camp. On Thursday, head coach Marcus Freeman said it all comes down to one thing: consistency.
We want our quarterbacks, all of them, to be consistent. Who can be the most consistent? Who can take care of the football? Who can continue to keep our offense moving forward? And again, that play happening consistently.
The 3 candidates for quarterback are Kenny Minchie, C.J. Carr, and Blake Hebert. They're all rotating reps and being graded daily. Freeman says the players will decide it for themselves. And with traffic at 9:04, here's Dominic Fortini.
Northbound 465 on the west side had that earlier crash before 10th Street. The accident itself has been cleared. Still have some authorities still on the right shoulder. Just be aware of that. There's some minor delays left over in the area. Southbound 69 looking much better. Now just tapping the brakes. 96th and 82nd. Southbound Collector. A bit slow between Washington and the South Split. Northbound I-65 continues to improve after this early morning crash. Today, we still have some minor hangups between Raymond and the South Split. This traffic report is sponsored by Audible. What a great sunny day to unleash your adventurous side. Audible delivers thrills of all kinds with audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Some hazy sunshine with comfortable temperatures and low humidity this afternoon, a high of 58. Clear, quiet, and crisp overnight, a low down to 58. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. 9:06, time for Kendall and Casey.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Casey, we leave for one day, and somebody else gets big mad.
This is true. They were mad that we weren't here? No, it's not about that. They were probably happy about that, but we're not going to forget about it.
So this is crazy, and it is amazing. You know, I was talking with somebody about this the other day. So many of these political people, and I'm talking about not just the politicians, but the people who have, for lack of a better term, wormed their way into the political orbit for a variety of reasons. They are not ever used to scrutiny or pushback. And when they get scrutiny or pushback, they respond in the worst ways possible because they know what's actually up.
Yeah.
And the system thrives on the rest of you not knowing what's up. And when you find out what's up, it all sort of falls apart.
So do you want to tell everybody who is Big Mad that you're referring to?
It's our old pal, Raju Shinthala. He is the new Big Mad. Now, real quick to reset why this is important to you and why you need to know. I know most of our audience is fully aware, but we have new listeners all the time. So Raju Shinthala is a Hamilton County businessman who...
Former congressional candidate.
Right, lost badly, but that's beside the point. He is on everyone's radar now because of his connection to the Secretary of State, Diego Morales, both in terms of the mysterious, what was it? It was an $80,000 contract he had with the office, with Diego's office, where we can't get a clear answer on what he did for the money, and that Raju was on that trip to India with Diego, where he was bragging about selling access to EB-5 visas. So you have a guy with a state contract who you don't know what he does for that money, going to a foreign country with a statewide elected official, and while he's there, being listed, by the way, on one of those Indian groups, listed him as a senior advisor to
Correct.
Diego Morales,
Yes.
that he's bragging about selling EB-5 visa access. Oh, and by the way, we also know a venture capitalist went with them on the trip. And of course, this all stems out of Diego, the Secretary of State, being as shifty and shady and untransparent as humanly possible about the whole thing, and refusing to tell everybody who paid for the trip. Now, all of this, we've been talking about this for months, but it culminated, what, was it 2 days ago, where the Indy Star did a big expose on this guy, Raju Shinthala, on his involvement in this trip to India, and on this mysterious contract he has with the state. And Raju, instead of acting like a normal person and going, you know, after 4 months of this crap from this Morales guy and the total lack of transparency with the public at large, you know, I can see why everyone's concerned. I can see why there's red flags. I can see the horrible position Diego, my buddy, who's given me all the money. I can see why people would be very pissed off at Diego and why they'd be concerned about my involvement. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come clean on everything. And I'm going to tell everybody, here's who paid for the trip.
Yeah.
Here's why I was asked to go. Here's everything I did while I'm there. Here's all the receipts. Here's the phone records. Here's the everything. Because don't forget, he's doing this on your time as a taxpayer. We know he admitted in that article he did stuff on behalf of the taxpayers, and he's paid $8,000 a month for 20 hours of work. $8,000 a month for 20 hours of work that we don't know what it is. But instead of being a decent human being and saying, I see why everyone's pissed off, I see why everyone's concerned, I see why the Indy Star is digging, let me be the first to step up and just put all of this to bed. No, he does the classic government thing. I'm a victim.
Exactly. He said that he was very disappointed by the misleading headline presented on the front page of the Indy Star. And he goes on to put out a big, long official statement.
We always describe them here as a Dickens novel. He wrote a Dickens novel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bullet points.
10 bullet points, of which none of it is anything that people care about. Here's what we want to know. What do you do for the $8,000 a month? What did you do on this trip? And most importantly, who paid for the trip?
He said the story mischaracterizes his work and makes unfounded implications despite his full cooperation and transparency throughout.
No, Diego has made this, Raju. Diego has made this a problem for you and for himself and for all the other people who we've heard aren't too happy with Diego, who are in his orbit for a variety of reasons. Anybody pissed off about this getting covered, you need to be pissed off at Diego, because Diego did this. Diego knows exactly what's going on. He knows exactly why people are upset, and he will not. And you know, when people won't come clean, Casey, there's usually a reason, because whatever's behind that door is way worse than the mystery of people just continuing to be mad that you won't tell the truth.
He said that he has nothing to hide, and he's going to stand by his record of transparency, integrity, and ethical public service. He said that his March 25 trip to India was primarily a personal visit. However, he did assist in the planning and coordination of the secretary's conference attendance and other various meetings.
See, and now this is the thing that Diego's doing too. Well, at this point, I'm on personal time. Oh, but over here it's official visit. This is campaign. Like they try to put all of this because it's like they're trying to jam a square peg into a round hole because they know they're caught. They know they're caught. They know that thanks to us and the Capitol Chronicle and the Star and Indy Reporter, they know the public is aware. They know the public knows this doesn't smell right, and they know whatever the thing they're doing cannot be revealed. So now what they're trying to do are these ridiculous excuses where they're trying to repeatedly jam square pegs into round holes. Raju, you could put all of this to rest right now. If Raju called us up and said, here's who paid for this trip, here's the proof of what they paid for with the receipts that match it, here's what I did there, here's my entire itinerary, here's what I was doing, here's what I do for this money that I'm given by the taxpayers, all of this would go away. But he don't want to do that because these guys know they're pulling bull crap, and they know they can't tell you what's going on because you'll be outraged.
He said that no EB5 investments had been secured, and he didn't receive any financial benefit from elite EB5 advisors.
He's running a soup kitchen?
He also went on to say...
Wait, no. Go back. Can you read the actual statement? Because I want to make sure that people don't accuse us of... This is very important. Just read the actual thing if you can.
No EB5 investments have been secured, and I have not received any financial benefit from elite EB5 advisors.
So first of all, he's a crappy salesman. Because, I mean, if he went over there and he made a big... hullabaloo about it, and he didn't get anything done. But what? Are you running a soup kitchen? I mean, he was on Facebook promoting this. He was on Facebook bragging about it. Everyone's seen the flyer. You can't act like you weren't trying to do this thing. You can't act like, oh, it's just some casual thing. I didn't see any promotion about, I'm going to now. Maybe somebody can alert me to it. But I didn't see any promotion about, I'm going to be in India helping the Secretary of State do blah, 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 for the taxpayer money you're getting.
Right.
But I did see a big flyer about how you're going to be selling EB5 visa access in the same city that the Star reported Diego met with the mayor. And again, Raju, one of the biggest questions of all, how's the venture capital guy factor into all this? If you're just Mother Teresa, if you're just doing this out of the goodness of your heart, if you're just helping poor immigrants down on their luck get a better life, what's this venture capital guy doing who we know went on the trip?
He went on to say that the Secretary Morales was not involved in any EB5 related conversations or activities. I did not discuss EB5 visas with him or his staff. And
pause. Does anybody believe that?
He didn't mention it at all.
These two jokers went to a trip in a foreign country together. You're listed as a senior advisor. You're bragging that you're there doing this. Well, when he disappeared, was he just like, I'll see you in 3 days, Diego. Where are you going? Nah, I'm not telling you. Does anybody believe that? Nobody believes that for a second, that Diego didn't know where you were going or what you were doing. They act like these people are just altruistic, above-board individuals. This is the same guy, Diego, who's given the massive no-bid contracts, which look at the money that's coming out about that now, and I don't know if we got time to get into that later on in the program, giving jobs away to family members, buying $90,000 cars, voting in congressional districts where he where he's taking a homestead credit in a different congressional district than he's voting. You believe that this guy didn't know for a second where you were and what you were doing? People don't buy any of this.
Yeah, he said that he didn't discuss any of the EB5 visas with the Secretary of State or his staff, as it was not part of his contract and was strictly a separate personal initiative. And he said the individuals that he interacted with were not clients of the state or the Secretary of State's office or state of Indiana.
How do we know?
Right. Well, we don't know who he was meeting with, what they were discussing.
Is Raju going to give me the same excuse Diego did when I asked him about that? Why would I lie? I'm a Christian. That was Diego's excuse to me. I said, how do we know, Diego? Why would I lie? I'm a Christian. Because you're a politician and you're a dirtball. That's why you'd lie, because we've caught you in bull crap about a whole bunch of stuff.
He ends it with, thank you for your attention to this matter.
Does he think he's Donald Trump?
Can we just stop with that already? That's like Donald Trump's line, and if you've been using it in jest, we've moved on. Like, that was a month ago.
These guys, and that's so important, Casey, because whether it's Diego's bizarre rant at the motor vehicle board meeting about us where it's, oh, we're fake news, the fake WIBC, the fake Indy Star, or this thing with Raju where he's basically copying and pasting a Donald Trump tweet. These guys think they're Trump.
I know.
They really do think they're Donald Trump.
They want to be in his personal orbit so bad.
They're cosplaying. Gen Con is here. We'll talk about Gen Con in a second. They're cosplaying Donald Trump.
You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It is 93 WIBC.
Sun's up, the coffee is brewing, and Tony Katz is your morning information barista.
Tony Katz, good to be with you.
Clarity.
We're not interested in having this debate. We're only interested in honestly addressing the issue.
Context.
We should not present this in any other light. The objective is the destruction of Western civilization.
And a little caffeine.
Only the Constitution should rule.
Tony Katz in the morning news. Weekdays 6 till 9 on 93 WIBC.
Do you have an idea for a book, fiction, nonfiction, or a children's book? We can help you put it together and bring it to market at Dorrance Publishing. We have thousands of testimonials from people just like you that we've helped get their books sold in stores and online. We've even got a service called The Writer's Coach. It's perfect for people that have a book idea in their head and they just need someone to help them put it on paper. Dorrance Book Publishing has been helping people just like you who have a book idea, written or not, for over 100 years. Imagine being counted among the most famous authors in the world with your very own book. Call right now and let us help you turn a book idea into reality. It's easier than you think. You just need a little help. Call us now.
800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. That's 800-879-4098.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. This invisible threat is house stealing. Con artists pick a house. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title right now at HomeTitleLock.com. Be sure to use promo code RADIO and they will send you a complete title scan of your home's title. And your first 30 days of triple lock title protection is free. HomeTitleLock.com.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Okay, we're going to talk about your drive into work. I just want to address something real quick, though, before we get into that.
Yeah.
I see the people in the YouTube chat, and I see this all the time, especially like when we get on these politicians and this, what appears to be at the very least highly unethical behavior, could be just blatant corruption. You don't know. But like people are like, Rob, you're on the brink of a heart attack. We're worried about you. Chill out. This is how mad you all should be. I'm mad for you. Mm-hmm. If we were all as publicly respond the way I do, these guys wouldn't do this. They do it because most people don't speak out.
Don't push back. And when someone does push back, they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah, think about this is us and the Star, basically, in Capital Chronicle and Indy Report. I mean, there's basically 4 right now on this Raju, Diego, India topic. There's basically 4 groups that are working on this. And think about if there were even 20 people doing it. Look at the unhinged responses that we get just on 4 or 5 groups of people. And obviously I put Tony in there now because they pissed him off, and our news department in there because they pissed them off. But like, this is the way everyone needs to respond. I'm passionate for your stuff. I'm passionate for your money. I'm passionate that you're getting screwed.
So Raju Shinthala, he said that he was disappointed by the misleading headline in the Indy Star article. The headline, Diego Morales' companion on India trip promoted EB-5 visas.
Which is exactly what he did.
Exactly. How is that misleading?
It's not.
Right.
They're not mad that they did it. They're mad that they got caught. And they haven't been getting caught until Now, and this is where we talk about the idea of like the citizen journalist, like the Indy reporter, at Indy_reporter_. If you want to follow them on Twitter, you should. They do so much reporting on state and local government. And, you know, obviously you've got the Capitol Chronicle. We'll have Nikki Kelly on next hour. They find and report on things that have traditionally not been found or reported on. Obviously, Diego, because he has the IQ of a gnat, decided to piss off the Indy star with that stupid rant at the Motor Vehicle Advisory Board, and they were like, oh, okay, would you like to fight? We'll fight.
Yeah.
And now your buddy Raju's caught in the crosshairs. You know, what's that movie? You want to? Keep it up. You know, so when I get pissed off about this, I'm pissed off for you. I want you to respond the way I do, because if more people did, this stuff wouldn't be happening.
You got to really wonder if the Secretary of State, Diego Morales, went to his friend Raju Shinthala and said, you got to put out a statement because this really makes me look bad.
I am convinced now that the unhinged Diego rant, someone, who knows who, that has quite a bit of power, quite a bit of juice, I think told Diego, you're making us look bad. You are making us look bad. Because when you look at so many of these people that are involved in the Diego orbit, they touch many other politicians. Why do you think Todd Rokita won't do anything about it? Mr. Billy Badass goes on, loves to see himself on Fox News, loves to read about himself in the paper. He's the toughest guy in the world until it comes to investigating or doing something or calling out potential mass government corruption. You notice he won't say a word about that. Why not? Where's Braun? Braun is nowhere to be found. This guy's usurping Braun's authority. He's calling himself the Morales administration. Where's Todd Houston? Where's Rod Bray? Where's the General Assembly? There's a reason they won't do anything about it. And as we've laid out before, when you look at the money, it touches so many of these other people, and they know that if the truth gets revealed about what's going on with Diego and his little merry band of misfits, that it's going to make them look really, really bad.
Well, we know one of the no bid contracts with MTX has been given money to all of the statewide.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about your drive into work this morning, shall we? Because
do you want to?
It was. I beat the rage, the rush, maybe a little bit of by the skin of my teeth. I got here early this morning, and fortunate because I saw it starting to happen, and I thought, oh, this is not going to be good in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was me.
And that was you.
That was me, the 20 minutes later.
Is it, which one is these are the Gen Con people?
You know, well, let's just start it off by reminding everybody that Washington has this major detour. So Washington Street. So I had to start off with a 10-minute detour.
So one of the only charm of your, I mean, it's a very nice house, but I'm saying the one selling point of your house outside of the gunshot and firework game is its proximity to the greater downtown area.
Right.
Like it was a 5-minute trip when you bought it.
Yeah.
Now
it's like 20. But then this morning, woo, Gen Con is in town, and they've got record numbers of people showing up. 75,000 expected to be here.
So think about this. Not only
it was gridlock.
Basically the bottleneck you're creating. Not only is almost every street either completely closed or almost undrivable in downtown. Now you've got all these people who are being choked into areas because of street closures and detours. But now there's all these people in costumes who are taking their sweet ass time to get across the crosswalks, and they know. And I'm glad Gen Con is here and the money it creates and the blah, blah, blah. But you people are pretty arrogant in how slowly you walk across the areas that the motorists are trying to cross. And they know it too. They're like, what are you going to do, run me over?
Yeah.
I'm in a Transformer costume. What are you going to do?
Well, how awful, by the way, does the city look right now with all of this construction everywhere, and you have all of these people coming from out of town? And it's like, look, hey, welcome to Indianapolis.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it's just, and I felt bad for you. I feel especially bad for you because Washington Street is now a dumpster fire because of that stupid blue line. First of all, it's been under construction for 3 years anyway for a bridge that,
correct.
I mean, I don't know why it takes so long to build a bridge.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty straightforward process. This better be plated in gold when you first drive across that thing.
Maybe it'll glow.
And so the charm of your house, the one, kind of major selling point, you don't even get to enjoy.
I know, that one's gone too.
It takes you longer coming from 5 minutes out of the greater downtown area than it does me from Brownsburg. Yes.
I know. Maybe I should just sleep in your basement. So Gen Con returned to Indy for the 22nd year, drawing tens of thousands. They have 590 exhibitors and nearly 30,000 gaming events that are taking place around the clock. 75,000 people expected to come in, and it has been sold out. And guess what? Gen Con 26 scheduled for July 30th to August 2nd. I thought
Yeah.
they weren't coming here.
That's right. Well, we've been told twice they weren't coming anymore, I think. One, when the RFRA thing happened.
Right.
And then the abortion thing.
Right.
I thought both times they said,
we're out of here.
They're out of here.
Yeah, but
then,
they're here.
And then they're here.
Right.
They're still here.
Yeah, they're still
It's
here.
almost like they choose, Casey, this is wild. It's almost like they choose places to have conventions based on incentives, ease of access, proximity for many of your patrons. It's almost like the politics doesn't have anything to do with how they actually choose where to put a place.
I don't know about the ease of access right now. With
Well,
all
I'm
of the
saying in
construction.
terms of the the Midwest, like it's in the center of the country. Normally on paper,
Sure.
Indianapolis does a good job with events. Of course, obviously, like we said. Okay, what are we doing next? What's going on?
Oh, well, we've got to talk about the tariffs on Canada. It's August 1st. Many of them are supposed to be starting today. It's Tariff Day today.
That's right, yes.
August 1st. And you're listening to Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis is everything that's right about Central Indiana. They've been locally family-owned for 50 years, helping our local economy remain strong by employing 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis is proud to do business right here in the great state of Indiana. They're a conservative-minded company that shares our values and stands by their products and services. You can call Garage Doors of Indianapolis today for service today. 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The sun is rising, but the humidity is dropping. It is mostly sunny and 64 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 9:30. Highs were in the 90s across Indiana to start the week, but those are coming down.
And over the weekend, it looks like highs are going to be anywhere from the upper 70s or mid-70s for portions of Indiana and into the low 80s across the southern portions of the state.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there will be off and on rain chances next week, but he does not expect any oppressive humidity or severe storms. The nation's immigration court backlog, which increased during the Biden administration, is showing signs of shrinking. The latest numbers show that more than 326,000 cases have been cleared since January.
That is a lot. That's a significant improvement in the system.
Art Arthur with the Center for Immigration Studies says for the first time in a long time, judges are keeping pace with applications for asylum. A new baby in Ohio is breaking a record born from an embryo that's been frozen more than 30 years. Thaddeus Pierce was born Saturday after a procedure at a fertility clinic in Tennessee. His mother told the MIT Technology Review it's like something from a sci-fi movie. It's thought to be the longest an embryo had been frozen before successful live birth. It was one of 4 created in 1994. And your opening bell report on 93 WIBC brought to you by Absolute Wealth Management, LLC. Rough start to the day on Wall Street. The Dow is down 450 points, 43,855. The S&P down 70 points at 6303. And the NASDAQ trails by 304 points to 23,065. I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hello, we're here with a special guest, Jeff Jr., CEO of Trajan Wealth and filmmaker, behind retirement on the brink. Jeff, welcome.
Well, thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Jeff, you've been in finance for a long time. Why make a movie?
Well, after years of seeing people struggle, we needed better retirement education. And Retirement on the Brink, it offers real actionable insight.
Well, it's a documentary that's resonating with folks. I know it did with me.
Yeah, that's right. Real stories from real people as well as industry experts are featured in the film.
Many of our listeners have their own financial stories. Jeff, what's the biggest takeaway from Retirement on the Brink?
Well, retirement planning isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding your goals, creating a plan for the life that you want, and finding a trusted advisor to help. And I'll end by saying space is limited, so visit retirementonthebrink.com for VIP access and showtimes.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm a grandson, a son. I'm an employee and a mentor. I'm a father to 2 beautiful kids and a husband to an amazing wife. And I have a substance use disorder. In other words, I'm living in recovery with an addiction. And now that you know, will you let it change how you see me? It's okay to see my addiction, but I want you to know it's people choosing to see me as a person that changed my life.
See the person, not just their disease. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Okay, so people are putting this on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
You're the entertainment expert here on the Kendall and Casey show. I'm Rob, that's Casey. That it was 44 years ago today that MTV played the first music video.
Yep, that's true. They launched at 12:01, and they said, "Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll." Yeah.
And it was Video
Moon
Killed
Man
the Radio Star.
from the Buggles. Yep.
The first video they played.
Mhm.
Do you remember this?
I absolutely remember this. I remember rushing home from school to watch it.
So you were in person when they played the first video on MTV.
Yeah. Now, I didn't see it when it came on, but when I got home from school,
Yeah.
it was a thing. Everybody was very excited about it.
Kind of walk some of our younger people. Now, many of our audience will, of course, remember this, but like the younger people, I don't think they understand how influential MTV, say, early 80s, from really its inception, through, I don't know what, probably the late 90s, how influential MTV actually was and the music video itself was in launching either the careers of people or songs. There are certain songs that the video made the song. The video was the reason the song became popular.
Yeah.
Like I think about a song like Stacy's Mom. Now that was early 2000s, but Fountains of Wayne, or the Peter Gabriel Sledgehammer. I think that those are things where the video was bigger than the song itself.
So there were a lot of bands that they had this video, and so MTV would play it over and over again. Had it not been for MTV, people would have never heard the music.
Yeah.
But it was because they had the video. And they didn't have a lot of videos, So the ones they did have, they just played repeatedly over and over again. And then over the years, artists started putting a lot of money into making videos. I mean, you look at Michael Jackson, for example. You know, he was one of those people who would, we have to invest money into video because that's what the kids are watching. But I think of like Madness, Our House, and Tommy Two-Tone, and Duran Duran, Rio. I mean, I know they said that they wanted it to look like it was a Bond movie when they made the video for Rio. And there they were on the boat.
And you think about, so like my generation, where obviously I grew up with MTV. I was, a kid of the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, especially in a pre-internet era or an era in the early days of the internet, which would have been junior high and high school for me, the primitive sort of years of the internet, where especially there's no social media, there's no all of these things. The only visuals you had of some of these obscure kind of one-hit wonder people was the video, like Dexy's Midnight Runners, or you mentioned Madness of Our House. These were like colossal songs, but because they didn't follow them up, with mega hits, or they're not actively on tour, they're not coming soon to a town near you. By the time I had entered junior high and high school, we're 15 to 20 years on of these, which when you're that young, it seems like forever ago. 20 years seems like yesterday to me. 2005 seems like it was yesterday to me now. But for someone my age, the replays of those videos, which would happen basically on an MTV, in a no YouTube, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Google era, or early Google era, MTV was still a link to the past and making it somewhat a prevalent part of the present, because they would still play a lot of those old things, and the only glimpse you had into a world that was.
Yeah, I just remember that there were a lot of artists who were getting play on MTV that you probably would have never known. Like U2 is an example. They start like Sunday Bloody Sunday, and some of their very early videos, like they may not have made it into the mainstream lexicon had it not been for MTV finding their video, and they needed to play something. So a lot of these bands were getting all of this play that had it not been for MTV, they wouldn't have.
Isn't it weird how time... I remember my parents telling me this when I was a kid, and it's absolutely become true, like how time is all basically relevant to the years and the life you have lived. Like how when I was a kid, I remember distinctly going to see The Wedding Singer, which is an Adam Sandler movie, in the theater in fact, I remember the day I went, Valentine's Day, 1998. I remember going with my buddies to go see it in the 8th grade, and that movie is set in the mid-1980s. So all the music, he's a wedding singer in the 1980s. It's a hilarious movie. It's one of his best movies. But all the music is from that period. And I remember that would have been, between, say, 13 and 20 years, 13 and 15 in most cases, 13 to 15 years to when I was seeing it in the theater. And it was like, oh my gosh, that was so long ago. I can't even imagine what life was like back then. Well, it's the equivalent today of saying something that happened in 2010 or 2012. 2010 or 2012 seems like yesterday to me. And so I am absolutely seeing that play out in real time. That time itself is relevant, and the things in it, to the life and the years you have lived.
I think one of the things that MTV did, it really changed the way clearly it changed the way people thought of music, because you would have radio stations getting music requested based on what the kids saw on the TV, where that had never happened before.
Yeah.
And you were able to see the artist visually in ways that you never did before. I mean, you had pictures, you had album covers, but here they are dancing and in costume, lip syncing the song, and it just presented their form of entertainment in a whole new way. And it really changed the culture, the celebrity, the attention span of people.
That's a great point. Because pre-MTV, now there were CDs. Well, no, there were not CDs pre-MTV. People, you put a record on.
You had 8 tracks still in 1981.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a break. you and I went on a little day trip yesterday, and I saw some very interesting things about our society that I would like to just do a few minutes. Well, I'm just an old man who yells at clouds now, but I did observe. Cat Stevens once did a song. What was it? Somewhere the Children Play, and I saw it. I saw it play out in real time yesterday. Life is but a Harry Chapin song, and we'll talk about it next.
It's Kendall Casey on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon live at the Indiana State Fair in the tap room. Thank you to Wilson Farm Market. It's Beer Sample Friday. Join us at the fair, baby.
When your car is more than just a car, you need more than just a garage. Expert level automotive service, customization, and care is available for you at GR Brands campus in Zionsville, home to Graham Rahal Performance and Rahal Paint Protection. From routine maintenance to custom tuning and parts, paint protection film, window tint, and ceramic coating to full-scale custom builds, GR Brands is your all-in-one destination. GR Brands also offers a curated selection of rare supercars when you're ready to elevate your collection. If your passion rests on two wheels, Rahal Power Sports on the GR Brands campus is for you. Featuring Ducati, Piaggio, Vespa, Aprilia, and Moto Guzzi. Whether you're a collector, a casual rider, or a monster on the track, you'll find the service, sales, and support every rider needs. The perfect ride for your lifestyle is waiting at Rahal Power Sports. Start riding or expand and enhance your two-wheel collection today. From the neighborhood to the track, Rahal Power Sports will help you do it with confidence and style. Make every drive and every ride extraordinary. Start now at GrahamRahal.com/GRBrands.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year, or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
There's one question every couple needs to answer. What if something happens to us? Kids, a house, a life you've built, but no estate plan? That's a risk you don't want to take. With Trust and Will, it's fast, secure, and easy to protect what matters most. Start your plan today at trustandwill.com. Use code RADIO to save 20%. Check it off your list. One less thing to worry about. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will. The golf outing powered by Franciscan Health is teeing off next week, Thursday, August 7th at the Legends Golf Club in Franklin. Think chill drinks, killer views, and nothing but good times on the green. Spots are going fast. Go to 1075thefan.com to save yours.
I know we've come a long way. We're changing day to day. But tell me, where do the children play?
Yeah, that's a great question, Casey. Cat Stevens is about 50 years ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Where do the children play? And that's the thing I found myself asking yesterday.
Yeah.
So we went on, you and I, not together, but we ended up meeting up together. But we went on a little road trip. Your husband is into the world of sports collectibles, and so the National Sports Collectors Convention was yesterday. It's all week in just outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
And
By Rosemont.
By Rosemont, and it's for those of you not aware, obviously the sports collectors industry is this just multi-billion-dollar industry at this point, and every year hundreds of thousands of people gather at whatever city they're having this thing in, and it is the Super Bowl of sports collecting. Now, I don't collect anything anymore, and I enjoy. But I do enjoy the unbridled enthusiasm, or what I used to consider the unbridled enthusiasm of collecting. And so I wanted to see your husband, because he is very into the collecting and the magazines primarily is what he deals with, his sports magazines. And I said, I want to see him on full display.
See him in action.
In his element. And I just want to go watch and see all of these people interact, in one setting. And by the way, your husband is a rock star. Like,
of course he is.
Casey, I'm not kidding. I watched people wait to shake his hand and to get photos with him.
He's YouTube famous.
And talk to him, and people were buying his work, and it was like I was standing there with Elvis.
Yeah.
Right? He is the Elvis of sports magazines.
He does a good job.
You should be very proud.
Yeah.
But what was interesting to me, so it's like this massive convention center, and there's numerous rooms, and there's probably thousands of dealers.
They were expecting, 100,000 people?
Oh, my gosh. And by the way, just the traffic.
Oh,
it was not great.
Wow.
But the event itself, and I would encourage everybody to go at some point, just go see the spectacle. Now, unless you're really into collectibles, once you've seen it once,
you're good.
You're going to be good.
Yeah.
Because, it is whatever's going to go down the street at Gen Con, it will not, I can't imagine.
Pales in comparison.
What we saw yesterday. And by the way, yesterday was probably one of the slower days because it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the weekend, whatever. But one of the things that stood out to me, there's this incredible amount of, it's like going to the Baseball Hall of Fame or it's like all these Hall of Fames in one. Baseball Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame, basketball. There's all this vintage, one-of-a-kind stuff. But
and they have athletes there signing autographs. Like, I believe it's on Saturday, Dennis Rodman.
Oh, yeah.
Is going to be there signing autographs.
And the people there were super nice. It was easy as a member of the media. They were great to get in, get our pass. For us, once you can get into the thing itself, it was wonderfully run. But it is just so overwhelming now. And what was interesting to me is all the kids who now are treating this thing like a business.
Yeah.
Like, they're walking around, Casey, with these metal briefcases, like these bulletproof. I'm talking kids. I'm talking like 12-year-olds.
Yeah. They've got their cards in there, don't they?
And everything is on their phone. And everything they do, they open it up. And they're like engaging in commerce with adults. But there's not. And again, I know I'm going to sound like an old man who yells at clouds. When we were kids, it was the idea that you paid $1 for a pack of cards, and it was the thrill of going to your local card shop and the idea of buying the thing and then opening the thing and then going home and then trading with your friends. I saw very little trading with my friends there.
No.
It was
a business
the
transaction.
art of the deal, and I didn't know how to I didn't know how to deal with that. I didn't know how to handle that. Like, am I a rotten person for saying, for kids, that's not how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, well, it just shows how much that has changed and evolved, because you had gone, about 10 years ago?
About 10 years ago was the last time I went, yes.
And so you're going back a decade later, and you're seeing just how much bigger it is, how many more people are involved, and their attitude towards it. And that's one of the things with Jim when he started getting into it. He had an old box of Sports Illustrateds from when he was 13. They had been in a box. We had moved that box multiple times with us over the years. And finally, during COVID, he was kind of going through some stuff, like many people were, found that old box of Sports Illustrated and was like, oh gosh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was one of my favorites. That's why I saved it. Or it had Michael Jordan on the cover. He was a big Michael Jordan fan. And so he said, I'm going to try and get all of the Michael Jordan Sports Illustrated covers. But then it just kept going and going, and now it's become a business for him, and he restores magazines for other people who take those magazines to this convention and try to get the best deal. Who wants this pristine condition magazine or baseball card, but they're doing it to turn a buck. He talks about it, how he still loves the art on the cover of the magazine or the athlete and what they were doing in their life. I mean, you can tell he still has a passion for the actual product.
Sure.
It's not just about the dollar. But for many of those kids there, it's about the buck.
Well, and I told you this story at dinner yesterday that, there's this one stand that this guy has all these magazines, and they're graded, and they are all very nice. And so I asked him, I said, well, like, did you do any work for this guy? And he goes, I did all the work for this guy. And I'm like, really? He's like, oh yeah, every magazine in this place. And these people are loving these magazines. Like, they're like, oh, this is so great, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, they're buying your work, dude. Like, you are the David, that the magazine has value because it's a collectible, but the way sports magazines work, you can press them, you can
clean them up,
etc. And that's fine. Like, that's a legitimate practice in that industry. And I'm like, they're buying your work. Like, you are giving the people these happiness.
Did you notice all of the guys walking around with backpacks on?
Oh, yes. And so what's so weird for me is, again, like, I don't collect anything. I just went to see the spectacle. But when I was a kid, I remember getting these magazines of these baseball card dealers, and they were like larger than life. They would advertise in these magazines. And as a kid, you were like, that'd be cool to be that guy. Many of them have sadly passed on, but there are a few of them that were still there. And like, I was trying to find those people and just watch them. Like, one of these guys, a very famous guy from Hawaii, he's got to be in his 80s now. And I found him, and he was buying a collection from a guy. And like, I just sat there and watched him buy this guy's collection. And it was like, must have been what it was like to watch David paint, make a painting or something. But I did, like, and again, I love that kids are into a hobby. I love that kids have things to do. By all accounts, I'm not saying, like, these are nefarious future criminals out running around. I'm not saying anything about that at all. There's nothing wrong with it other than, I don't know. It's not
the same as just opening up the pack of baseball cards and getting that stale stick of bubble gum and then rifling through and I got this guy. Now it's all about which card is worth the most money.
And that's the transaction. The transaction isn't like, hey, you got 3 cards I want and you got one I really want. And, hey, it's close enough in value that maybe you're getting a little over on me this time, or maybe I'm getting a little over on you, but that'll reverse in the future because we trade every day. These kids, it's like dollar for dollar, man.
Yeah, and it's all about the brand of the card. And, well, you found the Wagner card, didn't you?
I did. The other quest I had, in addition to seeing these people I saw as a kid, because you know me, I could be nostalgia about a bowel movement, right? So it's all like me. It's all about the past, finding these guys, and I found most of them. But the most famous baseball card in the world is a Honus Wagner T206 card. It's worth several $1 million. There's only about 60 in existence. And I said, there's got to be a Wagner at this thing. It's this, and finally, it took me about 4 hours. I found a Wagner.
Guy was selling it?
It was a large auction house that will be selling it. And
did you offer to buy it?
I offered $63. And they did
they said,
not accept my offer.
Move along.
But anyway, that was super fun. And I like, your husband is a celebrity, so you've just got to face the facts that in the nerd community, he is the top. He's the top guy.
King of the nerds.
But anyway, everybody should totally go to that thing just for the one time. The National Sports Collector Convention. It's a life event. Do it.
You don't have to buy anything.
No, there's like me. I walked out with nothing. Right? It's the sights, it's the sounds, it's the people. They've got entertainment stuff, all sorts of stuff. It was a great time.
You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It is 93 WIBC.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/talk. That's ethos.com/talk. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matter Show. Well, it's back to school time. Back to school time is not just for kids anymore, especially this year. With so many changes each and every year in the retirement planning arena, you simply have to make sure you go back to school to keep informed. So join me this weekend as we educate you on the many changes in the retirement planning arena lately and help you adapt properly. In addition, we will inform you about some retirement deadlines that are fast approaching for this year. The Retirement Money Matter Show airs this Saturday morning at 6 a.m. right here on WIBC.
Summer is here, and that means it's time for new flooring in your home. Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get your new flooring installed in as little as 2 weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 North Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means getting more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Go to brothers-floorcovering.com. That's brothers-floorcovering.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve. Plus, with any new Lincoln, your first 5 oil changes are on us. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
First 5 oil changes complimentary with any new Lincoln purchase or lease. See dealer for complete details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Join the Hammer and Nigel Show today for Beer Sample Friday on opening day at the Indiana State Fair Tap Room, beginning at 3 p.m. Enjoy the show and Indiana brews and cocktails. Enjoy Three Dog Night at the Hoosier Lottery Free Stage. Get your tickets online today.
Quality Supply and Tool is the place for pros, whether you are one during the week or you just want to work like one on weekends. And right now at all 4 Quality Supply and Tool locations, Indianapolis, Jeffersonville, Bloomington, and West Lafayette, save on DeWalt 20-volt max kits like the hammer drill and impact driver with FlexFold Advantage. The combo kit is only $299. That's $100 savings. And buy DeWalt's Tough System 4-in-1 or 5-in-1 modular workstation and get 2 2-drawer units free. Prices are good through September 26th or while supplies last. Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, the weather in Indiana is changing. You'll hear how and what lies ahead. The Indiana State Fair has opened. You'll hear from Indiana's governor and lieutenant governor and why the Avon Police Department says they want to clarify something. Those stories and more after Fox News on 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's 10 o'clock.
The job market has cooled off big time. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. There's been a lot less hiring the last 3 months. Fox's Ginny Casola has the numbers this morning.
The unemployment rate rose to 4.2% in July, and job creation was much weaker than expected. There were only 73,000 new positions created last month. Economists were estimating 110,000. And June's job creation, which had been reported at 147,000 positions, has been revised down to just 14,000.
And May's hiring was also revised way lower, 125,000 fewer jobs than initially reported. And on Wall Street, there is a big sell-off. The Dow is dropping 660 points. And President Trump is angry, continuing to demand the Federal Reserve slash interest rates substantially. He's upset the Fed chairs refused to do so.
Raging this morning at Jerome Powell. 3 Truth Social posts already, and one of them, he's calling him, too late Powell, a stubborn moron. If he continues to refuse, the board should assume control.
Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House. The president also posted that tariffs are bringing billions of dollars into the U.S. New charges on imports from dozens of countries will go into effect next Thursday.
Countries with a surplus of U.S. goods see a 10% tariff. Those with a small deficit see a 15% rate. And then there's that third bucket of larger deficit countries. Their rates will be determined by a deal or a letter.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee went to Gaza today amid an international outcry over starving Palestinians. But Huckabee just told the Brian Kilmeade radio show the UN has done a bad job distributing food, and
Hamas has been stealing about 80% of the food. Some say even more than that.
The ambassador says they visited U.S.-backed food distribution sites.
The GHF food program is working. It's working very well. In fact, today we passed over 100 million meals having been served in 2 months.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It might feel like a totally different season to you. You've got a sunny sky and it's 66 degrees in downtown Indy. The air quality, though, a little worse than it was on Thursday. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 10:02. The oppressive heat in Indiana has gone away for the time being.
Those lower humidity values will make it feel more like early fall for our area compared to the more summer, humid conditions we've seen recently.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says he does not expect any bad storms in the near future either. This weather could also lead to you having an enjoyable experience at the Indiana State Fair, which got started this morning. Indiana's Governor Mike Braun is there, and he says it's great to see so many farmers and people in 4-H participating.
And now when you're looking at things like food security, you're looking at trying to be healthier, farm to table. I mean, farming is as relevant now as it's ever been.
As for what Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith thinks the state fair is all about,
it's the climax of let's celebrate what God has given us in this amazing earth and people's ability to be able to harvest and produce and grow.
The state fair runs through August 17th, and the theme is Soundtrack of Summer. If you need to get gas today, AAA says the Indiana average is $3.26 a gallon. The cheapest gas in the state's in Indianapolis, where it's $2.77. The Avon Police Department is clarifying something that's been circulating on social media. Johnette Cruz explains.
Recent traffic stops in Avon are making headlines, but the police department says some of the reporting isn't true. On July 22nd, Avon officers teamed up with ICE during a 3-hour traffic stop effort. The department says they made 52 vehicle stops and found 22 individuals who were either unlicensed or provided false information. ICE agents who were on site assisted in identifying those people, and police are clarifying that no ICE agents rode with the officers. Of the 22 people, 18 were detained on federal immigration warrants from 6 different countries. 2 other people were arrested for warrants. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the home of the Indiana Pacers G League team opens in Noblesville next week. A ribbon cutting and the mayor's State of the City address will be held at the arena at Innovation Mile a week from today. That arena will serve as the official home court of the Noblesville Boom, but it will also be used for concerts and other events. I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. 10:04, Kendall and Casey coming back in 1 minute.
Lately, the market has been making some big moves, and not all in the right direction. If you've been watching the numbers and wondering what it all means for your retirement, you're not alone. At Howard Bailey Financial, we plan for times like this. The truth is, a volatile day on Wall Street can feel a lot different when you're getting closer to retirement. That's why right now is the right time to take a fresh look at your portfolio, and Howard Bailey can help. Are you taking on more risk than you realize? Are you diversified in a way that makes sense for where you are in life? Find out today with the help of our free Market Volatility Guide. Visit retirewithpurpose.com to download your free guide and learn more about what market shifts may mean for you. That's retirewithpurpose.com. Together, let's make sure your plan is built to weather whatever comes next. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
I'm going to do this to you just because it's Friday. I want to have some fun with you. I mean, this is not fun what we're talking about, but I think you'll get what I'm doing here. So during the break, Casey's like, I just don't have the energy to do anything serious for the rest of the week.
It's just so heavy sometimes.
So
that
what's-
it's Friday. Like, let's just have some fun.
It's a little bit of inside baseball on how the show works. Casey puts together this big, massive, sprawling template. She no doubt stayed up late into the night because she didn't get home until late. And then I basically don't look at it. And then before each segment, I'm like, what do you want to do? And then Casey lays out like 9 different options, and then I don't take any of those options, and I just do something else.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one of those.
Okay, great.
So since you don't want to do anything serious, we have some breaking Epstein news.
Oh.
This is actually very interesting. So Ron, the intellectualist, put this out on Twitter. Ron Wyden, he is a Democrat senator from Oregon, and he has a video that corresponds with this, that Epstein, that the Trump administration is in possession of an Epstein file which details 4,725 wire transfers and almost $1 billion flowing through just one of his banks. Hundreds of millions of more, according to Ron Wyden, go through others. Now,
we mentioned that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but I mean, now you've got a U.S. Now, again, look, these people are as scummy as you can get, these politicians. So I'm not running around waving my hands going, ooh, look at this smoking gun. But what I am saying is this is a United States senator putting his name behind it. Now, again, these are shameless people, so it's not like, I mean, remember when Harry Reid one time was like, what do you accuse Mitt Romney of, cheating on his taxes or something with no proof? And then they're like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, you'd have to ask him, right? So these people make statements all the time. But that seems like a very specific number and a very specific amount of money. And he goes, I mean, this is a multi-tweet thing about the Trump administration being in possession of the file detailing these wire transfers and the money that moved, much of it, he claims, out of Russian banks.
So he said there were 4,725 transactions?
Yeah, here's the close on this. And again, it's at Ron Wyden on Twitter if you want to read it yourself. Epstein had to pay for all his sex trafficking somehow. Further evidence shows he used Russian banks to process hundreds of millions in payments. Again, this info is in possession of the Trump administration, but they're refusing to investigate. And the problem is Trump has put himself, and he made a video that corresponds with this. And if you want to see that, he's got a YouTube channel, which he lays all this out now. Again, am I running to you, our fabulous audience, going, oh, this is rock solid, you got to trust this guy? No. The problem is, though, because of the inactivity by the Trump administration, all of this stuff is getting its own life. The Democrats are desperate for anything because the public hates them, and they're clinging on to this. And every day that goes by, the whole story gets more murky, and this rests at the feet of the Trump administration because they're refusing to put all the information out there.
Is this what Dan Bongino was referring to when he said there's information that rocked him to his core?
Well, who knows? I don't know. I mean, like I said, it does make you step back, though, when it's a sitting United States senator. Now, again, granted, a guy from another party than the president, but this is a United States senator, or one of the most 100 powerful people in the world, in the country, putting his name behind this with very specific details of what he's alleging to have happened.
Well, he's alleging that all ties go back to Donald Trump. And where do we go from here?
Yeah. So anyway, I used to want to do anything serious. So I thought, well, let's lead with Epstein. How about that?
That's, nothing serious at all. Just one of the more serious stories that are going on. I mean, I also had Tulsi Gabbard revealing that she's working to shut down Operation Mockingbird in the CIA.
No. I don't want to do any
and
more serious
other
stuff.
intelligence. Okay, so you actually really don't want to do anything serious.
Well, that's why. So let's do something unserious. Let's talk about Kamala Harris.
Very good.
See that? See, I did that little transition
Very good.
There? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, she's confirmed that she's not going to run for governor in California in 26. A lot of people speculating that opens her up to run for president again.
Yes, this is interesting. Many people thought it was going to be a slam dunk if she ran for governor. But then there were other people who said, okay, she would start with all the inherent advantages. My words, not theirs. They didn't word it like this, but she's such a rotten person and candidate that once you get past, it's like running a mile race. She's starting a half mile ahead of everybody else. But once she actually has to start running, she's so slow that there's a good chance somebody might, catch her. And that is my theory on this, is that she took a look at this, and California is such a mess as a state. It is such a mess, and it is so poorly run and so bad off that she probably looked at that and said,
that's a bigger project than I want to tackle.
Yeah, and people were said to her, in a very nice way, I don't think so, lady. I don't think this is going to be something you are going to like once you get in there. And so she's doing a book like they all do.
Yep, she's got a book coming out. It's called 107 Days. It's going to be released on September 23rd, and it's her inside account of her campaign for 107 days.
What, do you think she's going to tell the truth about how horrible she was as a candidate? Well, the book just should have been titled, I Suck.
She said since leaving office, she spent a lot of time reflecting on those days, and she believes that there's value in sharing what she saw, what she learned, and what it will take for her to move forward. She did say that she reflected deeply and decided not to seek elected office for now, but she was going to continue advocating for freedom, opportunity, fairness, and dignity for all. But I don't want to be in elected office, so.
Well, and you just never can get a straight story from these people because they are so self-absorbed and they are so invested wholly in themselves at the expense of everyone else. Like, is she even capable of processing the reality of why she lost? Like, is she even in her own mind, or given the people around her that are always just trying to hang on to the gravy train, can you at any point even get a straight story out of her about why she actually lost? Or is she just convinced herself? Is it like OJ at this point? Has she told herself so many times it wasn't her fault that she's convinced herself it wasn't her fault?
Donald Trump was giving her a bit of a hard time after she ruled out the California governor run and announced her new book.
Kamala Harris, as you know, is not running for governor of California. She's not going to do it. What do you see in her political future, sir?
Well, she can't speak. She can't talk. She can't do an interview. I thought it was a very strange campaign that we had. But, you know, I had two of them. We were up by like this massive number of points on Biden, and they said, let's change to Kamala. Nobody knew who Kamala was. Nobody knew her last name, Harris. They said, we're going to get Vice President Harris. Everyone said, who the hell is Harris? They only knew her by the first name. But no, I thought she was a terrible candidate. Look, don't forget, she didn't really get the nomination. I mean, that whole nomination was strange. She was the first one out. You know, she took a good amount of points with her when she announced, but nobody knew her. And once they got to know her, she dropped out very shortly after she started. And she started with a pretty good, you know, she was like in second or third place. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't call her a skilled politician.
One of the things Trump, and obviously it's not going to happen, that one of the mistakes Trump made the first term was not recognizing, and it's just not in his DNA to do this, hey, a lot of people didn't vote for me because they liked me. They voted for me because they couldn't stand the other choice. And I think that happened again.
Yeah.
I think he was so blessed to have run against two just rotten to the core candidates in terms of Hillary and Kamala, and he was running against the Biden administration. And I don't think Trump has ever come to grips with the idea, and that's why I don't think he coalition builds well, because he is under the impression, well, I won 2 elections. You sure did, right? You did. But the big part of that was who you ran against. And if your goal is to get things done that the American people like, you got to find ways to coalition build. And I don't think he's ever been able to fully, process that.
Speaking of Joe Biden, he was in Chicago yesterday.
Oh, we missed him.
Yeah, we did. He was speaking at the National Bar Association's annual gala, and he was in Joe Biden form, whisper, shouting. He claimed that Donald Trump is working to erase everything that his administration had accomplished. And yeah, correct.
My friends, we need to face the hard truth of this administration. It has been to ease all the gains we've made in my administration, to erase history.
Oh, here we go.
Rather than make it.
Here we go.
To erase fairness, equality, to erase justice itself. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact, Jack.
He's erasing justice itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Nikki Kelly is going to join us next. We're going to learn about something. She's from the Indiana Capitol Chronicle.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to learn about something that we're spending state money on.
Yes.
That
it's a toy, trinket. It's supposed to mean something.
We don't really see how that's helping you as a taxpayer.
It's coming up next on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel.
Now, the idea of Uber goes against everything we were taught as kids, though.
What's that?
Never get into a car with a stranger.
But there's betting.
Now we pay for it. We're literally paying the stranger to take us somewhere.
But at least there's some sort of vetting. You know the name of the person that's coming.
So you'll know your kidnapper. It's like having an alarm on your car. Great, I can hear it being stolen.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Transform your home with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. You can say goodbye to cracked, stained, and dirty old floors and hello to durable, stunning surfaces that last. Their cutting-edge technology ensures a beautiful finish every time, and you get to pick out the color. Upgrade your home today by calling Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're for garage floors, driveways, pool decks, and patios. And they come with a lifetime warranty and one-day professional installation. The phone number, 877-417-0635. You can find them online, too. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana. And the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Make summer nights unforgettable with Indie Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Offer ends September 1st. IndieDecorativeConcrete.com.
Casey, I learned something new our state is spending money on.
Oh, really? Our state's spending money on something? Is it something you want or need?
It's like the daily grab bag of surprises. Mm-hmm. What new thing did I find out our state is wasting? I mean, spending money on today.
I mean, surely it's something like clean drinking water or smooth roads. Something that will really affect your life, right?
Oh, Casey, you and your drugs.
Oh,
have you ever heard
that?
of a challenge coin?
Actually, I have because I've been given one in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about the extent of it. I don't know what they're for or what you use them for.
Uh-huh.
But they're very pretty, typically.
We're spending a lot of money on these challenge coins, and I want to get to the bottom of it. And luckily for us, somebody has just done a big expose on how much money our state lawmakers are spending on the challenge coins. It's the Indiana Capitol Chronicle, and when we talk about the Indiana Capitol Chronicle, one of the best in the business, she runs the show over there. Nikki Kelly joins us now. Nikki Kelly, hello.
Good morning.
How do you even, so you guys have a big piece, and I find this fascinating on how much we're spending on challenge coins. Before we even get into all of this, how do stories end up on your desk? Is it like in the olden days where somebody slides an anonymous vanilla envelope under a door? How does it work?
No, honestly, most of them are just things we see, and we had seen a few different posts over the last year about challenge coins. I think we saw one with the Secretary of State, Diego Morales, and we were like, I wonder if other people have these, And so we just started asking some agencies, and found out that they're actually more popular than we thought, and more agencies have them, offices and things like that. So just spun into its own story based on just something you see or hear about.
Okay, one of my favorite things with you guys, with the Star, with us, is when people report on things, then the lawmakers get mad that you reported on the thing. It's not the thing that they did. Do you find that where you guys are like, well, here, you spent this money. We're reporting on how you spent the public's money. Why are you mad at us?
Everyone was pretty good to work with on this story. We actually talked a lot about the history of challenge coins, and obviously the costs were in there, but it wasn't necessarily the focus. So we didn't really get a lot of pushback. The only one who wouldn't tell us the cost was the lieutenant governor's office. So
that seems about right. All right, what are these challenge
what
coins,
are they?
and how much are we spending?
I mean, it seems pretty wide. I think, like, for instance, the Department of Child Services, they have one, and I think they bought like 500 of them for about $1,500. So we're talking a couple $1,000s when they buy like a bulk amount of them. Now, how often they do that, I don't know. It seems like most of them have just bought, one big set of them. But they all started out with like military and law enforcement, but now more people are doing it. The Senate, for instance, they don't pay for theirs. Like the state doesn't pay. They basically had one designed, and individual senators can buy them with their own money or with campaign money. So I wanted to make that one clear too.
But what are they? Like what purpose do they serve? Why are people in state government? Oh, Casey's pulling one out right now.
Well, I am, because I saw in the article, Nikki, that it said the coins are awarded to individuals who demonstrate the characteristics featured on the coin, and I have been given a challenge coin, so I'm wondering what the characteristics are and how I...
Yeah, tell us all about these challenge coins, because
resemble
Casey's
them.
holding a bright, shiny one right now.
They're supposed to, they started with military and law enforcement. They're supposed to honor your service to whatever, topic or goal you're doing. That's the purpose of them. And so I guess people have just started to have them beyond the military and service, beyond like law enforcement and military. And so I only knew about them in a military context. And so now I just think it's like a cool token they can give away to people that, it'll say their office on it. Or there's one for DCS. It's actually really cute. It's got a teddy bear on it. But, and I also really loved the Indiana National Guard one. It's gorgeous. It's got like a Indiana cutout in it, so very cool. But otherwise, they're just bright, shiny. They almost look like a large quarter, and you're just supposed to hand them off as like you said, like honoring them or recognizing someone's service.
Thanks for your service, Casey.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's the thing. How does somebody get one?
Some people, I've been told, for instance, the Secretary of State hands them out a lot to pretty much anyone. I think other people are a little more, like DCS sounds like they have one coming up. There was a police officer who saved a child's life. They're going to give one to him. So I think it depends in each person, but I think they're supposed to be pretty rare. It's supposed to be a real honor.
Nikki Kelly from the Indiana Capital Chronicle is our guest. All right, so we talked about this a whole bunch 2 days ago. You guys had a great piece at the Capital Chronicle on how much money has been spent on our U.S. House members and their foreign trips.
Yeah, and I got to give credit to the Arnold Center for Investigative Journalism down at IU. The students there put this one together, and obviously they go. Congressmen, senators, they go on a lot of trips, and some of them are paid by the government. The ones that this story focuses on are ones that are paid by outside groups. And so the idea was, these are people who are getting wined and dined by an outside group. And so that's what we looked at there. And we looked at Indiana's congressional delegation and how much money and their spouses are getting in free travel.
So according to your article, the sponsors, they get access to the lawmakers that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get an appointment with or have some time with. Were you surprised at the cost, the amount of money that is being spent on these trips and dinners? And
yeah, some of them are very interesting. Some of them are these highfalutin, restaurants and very fancy hotels, and obviously they'll go to an event. There are some, very important meetings they're having or whatever. But also there's a lot of tourist stuff, right? They're going to interesting spots in the places, and so they're all over the nation, whether it be journalism, whether it be Jerusalem or Spain or Italy. And I think the total that they discovered since 2020 was about $640,000 in international travel for House of Representatives and their staffers, though it's mostly the congressmen themselves.
Yeah, and like the piece had $485 a day on meals for Victoria Spartz from this 2022 trip to Israel. I don't think, Casey, in a month I spend $485. I mean, I tried to
you're
add
not hanging out with the right people then,
well,
apparently.
I use those Arby's coupons. Apparently, Victoria Spartz didn't have any Arby's coupons. Nikki, one of the quotes I thought was interesting in this, it was from a guy by the name of Don Fox, who's the former acting director and general counsel for the U.S. Office of Government Ethics. He basically said that the sponsors are doing this because they want something. He said, quote, sponsors get access to lawmakers that you would not otherwise get if you had to schedule an appointment in Washington, D.C. And I think that's the concern for people, right, is these people who pay for these trips are not running soup kitchens. Most of them really want something.
Yeah, of course. And access, as we all know, is important. Obviously, in this case, and even here in Indiana on a smaller scale, transparency has become the word. Like, we don't ban the thing. We just make sure everyone can see who's paying for what, so that, if there's an interesting vote, you can hearken back and say, oh, look, so-and-so voted for this, and they spent 3 days in Italy with this group learning about this, and so as long as the stuff is being made public and we can see the connections, I think that's important. They're not breaking any rules or laws or anything like that.
Okay, before we let you go, you have a fabulous new, and we always point this out, the Capitol Chronicle very clearly separates, these are our opinions,
right?
These pieces that are opinions,
right,
from those that are news
reporting.
Right. And you have a fabulous piece about something that has bothered me for years, which is this dirty, rotten, no good, year-round schooling. Look, summer break is summer break, and it doesn't seem we have a summer break anymore. What say you?
Yeah, this is just one of those little things that bugs me, and I think I even said in the piece, I'm going to sound very much like a boomer in here, like an old curmudgeon going, things were better in my day, but I just don't get it. I look at the calendar. There, is no need to be going back to school in late July or early August, but they built in all these little breaks during the year now, additional days off during the school year, and that takes away, obviously, from a longer summer. And I don't think there's anything we can do about it. I think the horse has left the barn on this, but it's ridiculous in my opinion.
100% agreement. And with that, Nikki Kelly, you are the best. Thank you for all that you guys do over at the Indiana Capitol Chronicle.
No problem. You guys have a good day.
Yeah, have a great weekend. You're listening to Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Indianapolis was built for speed, electricity, and nonstop action. So was Live Golf. So where better to crown a new individual champion? Leading the pack? Rahm, DeChambeau, and Neiman. But only one can be the victor. So be at Chatham Hills August 15th to 17th as Live Golf gets even louder. With a doubleheader concert from Riley Green and Jason Derulo. Tickets are already flying out of the gate. Hurry and grab yours now at livegolf.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The heat situation is improving. Sunny and 68 degrees in the Circle City. The high today, 78. I'm John Herrick. This report is brought to you by Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 10:31. Looking at the upcoming weather in Indiana.
Yeah, the weekend weather looks fantastic. We finally have some relief from the hot and humid conditions that we've seen over the past week or so.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says he does not expect any rain until next week, but he doesn't see any severe weather on the horizon. The State Fair opened this morning. WIBC's Ryan Hedrick talked to this girl named Chloe, who's at the fairgrounds.
Chloe, what are you eating?
A chicken gyro.
And describe how good the chicken gyro is.
It's amazing, like 10 out of 10, best food.
And what are your other favorite foods at the State Fair?
The buffalo wings and the sirloin tips.
And the Indiana Department of Homeland Security says there were no issues with their ride inspections. They checked all 50 rides and everything's a go. And a teaser for Spider-Man Brand New Day has been released. It shows a close-up of Tom Holland's new suit that he will wear in the film. Today is National Spider-Man Day, and this movie comes out next July. I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Lately, the market has been making some big moves, and not all in the right direction. If you've been watching the numbers and wondering what it all means for your retirement, you're not alone. At Howard Bailey Financial, we plan for times like this. The truth is, a volatile day on Wall Street can feel a lot different when you're getting closer to retirement. That's why right now is the right time to take a fresh look at your portfolio, and Howard Bailey can help. Are you taking on more risk than you realize? Are you diversified in a way that makes sense for where you are in life? Find out today with the help of our free Market Volatility Guide. Visit retirewithpurpose.com to download your free guide and learn more about what market shifts may mean for you. That's retirewithpurpose.com. Together, let's make sure your plan is built to weather whatever comes next. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We all have people in our lives we interact with. Maybe it's your favorite barista, a neighbor who waves to you every morning, a coworker you grab lunch with, or maybe it's me, the hairstylist you've gone to for years. What if you learned I had a substance use disorder? Would it change how you see me? It's okay to see the addiction, but when you choose to see the person, not just their disease, it can help change someone's life. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
Okay, the price of this house is so big I can't even calculate what the monthly payment would be.
There's not enough spaces.
I will not let me calculate a $12 million payment. This is crazy.
Yeah,
like, that's how much this. I guess if it's like, think if you got to ask like how much it is.
You can't afford it.
What we're trying to do is, so Jim Irsay's, see, it won't even let me go there. Well, let me go to $9 million. Like these more online mortgage calculators are not letting me go to $12 million. Jim Irsay's, this is better. Okay. Jim Irsay's home is for sale.
His $12 million Carmel mansion.
It's 9.4 acres, right? And I mean, it's just a fabulous piece of property. And so there's obviously these online places where you can enter mortgage information. Casey, it will only let me go to $9 million on the one that I'm operating on. Okay. So let's just operate with no down payment. We'll try to get as close as we can to, okay, if you had a $9 million home.
Yeah.
With zero down payment.
What percentage are you using?
6.862.
Okay.
Just the number that popped up.
Yeah. What's
over
the average?
30
right now?
years.
Yeah.
And we're starting in August of 25. I'm going to get a guess on a $9 million home what your monthly payment would be.
$11,000.
Oh, no.
12,000?
Oh, you're not even close.
Really?
$82,445.44 a month.
$82,000 a month?
Yeah. Well, it's $9 million.
Wow.
With 6.862 interest. Now, of that, you would end up making $21,256,357 in loan payments.
Yeah.
your total interest would be $12,256,357.18.
So you're going to pay in interest the price of the house.
No, that's with no down payment. And the only reason we're doing this is these mortgage calculators don't appear to even allow you to go, at least the first couple ones I pulled up.
Up to $12 million?
Up to $12 million.
This is one of those places that you have to be pre-approved.
By the way,
or you can go tour.
Over the life of this, now obviously every town is different. I mean, this is a very broad thing, but you can do them for Indiana. They calculate
property taxes?
Yeah, at least $11.25 million in. Oh, I'm sorry, never mind. Each month of that, of your $82,000, $11,250 would be property taxes.
Oh, so when I said $11,000, that was just the property
taxes. That was just the property taxes.
Yeah, not the actual payment. It's a huge, huge residence, 24,000 square feet, and built in 1996. Listed price $12 million right now. It's got a full-size indoor basketball court.
Now, you should get to tour that because...
Home theater and a speakeasy. It has a speakeasy.
We should get to tour this, all of us, because we have all helped pay for him to have that magnificent piece of property during his life based on money taken from us via tax increases to pay for him to have a free stadium. This is where it comes back to why people get outraged about the sports deals. The guy had 9.4 acres in Carmel. I believe it backs up to the golf course.
It does.
Crooked Stick. Thank you. Yes, where John Daly won the PGA. 9.4 acres, a $12 million house, and you're led to believe that he needed your help ski to fund a football stadium. And people are like, seems like he probably could have done that himself.
6 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, 6-car garage. Now, here's something, Rob.
Yes.
You may not be able to afford the main residence.
That's right.
But it does have 2 standalone guest homes.
Oh.
One is known as the Cabin.
Uh-huh.
It's only 2,700 square feet. 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. There's a second cottage as well, which has 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. So you could maybe get into the
So if you
guest
wanted
house.
to maybe split it up. I know that's a common thing in the real estate industry.
I don't want the $12 million main residence.
Yeah.
I'll take the cabin
I'll
or the
spin it
second
off.
cottage.
Yeah, I'll spin it off. Like I just need a solid acre near the golf course with the tiny cabin. I'll sell the property, and maybe I end up with the cabin for a reasonable amount of money.
Resort-style pool, tennis court with a viewing pavilion. That sounds nice. A custom children's playroom. It's described as a legacy estate.
Right.
Privacy, luxury, and Colts-themed inspiration.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. No, I mean, how could you...
It was designed for both serenity and grandeur.
Sure, yes. And I'm very pleased that in his life that I could pay as a middle-class person in my 1,600 square foot home that I could pay more taxes so that he could have all of these fabulous things. It makes me feel very good about the...
It could be yours for the low price of $12 million. You know, there's some more construction going on. Another high-ticket item.
Yeah.
Construction announced for the White House.
Oh.
A $200 million ballroom set to begin in September. It's going to be adjacent to the East Wing.
Oh. So we have no money in our country. We're $37 trillion in debt. We'll be $57 trillion or more in debt in the next 10 years. But we got money for another ballroom for the White House.
Well, the new ballroom is going to cover 90,000 square feet, can seat 650 people. But the funding, Rob, is coming from Donald Trump personally.
Oh, he's paying for it himself.
And other donors.
Oh.
No taxpayer money is going to be involved.
Well, now you got my attention on the other donors case. It's always those other donors because nobody gives something for nothing. Who are these other donors? Does it say?
No, we don't know their names.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably out of love of country and the goodness of their heart.
So the White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, she said that this is a commitment to preserving the White House history while adding a new feature for future administrations and Americans. Of course, the White House grounds right now, they have updated the Rose Garden with some stone pavers.
Yeah.
And they're saying, you know, this is in place of all the big events that they have under tents. That they set up these tents outside. Now they're going to have a ballroom.
You ever been to the White House?
No, not
been on a walking tour?
Not inside, no.
Kev, you're
Driven
a
by.
world traveler. You ever been to the White House?
I've never even been to D.C.
That's crazy.
What?
You've been to so
Need to
many
go.
foreign countries, but you've never been to your nation's capital?
Right now.
Huh.
I find the other countries more interesting.
Than your nation's capital? There's so much history.
It would be
there,
really
Kevin.
neat. I would love to see all the monuments and stuff.
All the
Maybe,
museums.
maybe Trump and his donors will pay for Kev to tour Washington, D.C.
Yeah, they want to show them around.
All
the new
right.
ballroom.
Is Hammer's here today? I think Hammer's here today.
I think he's here.
Very good.
He's going to join us coming up.
All right.
It's 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon live at the Indiana State Fair in the tap room. Thank you to Wilson Farm Market. It's Beer Sample Friday. Join us at the fair, baby.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
It's Hammer and Nigel for Window Nation, and it's the end of summer here in Indy, and your AC is working overtime just trying to keep your house cool and comfortable. What can you do to make a difference? Replace your old or builder-grade windows with new ones from Window Nation. Schedule a consult and get 50% off all window styles, plus you could even get them with zero down, zero payment, zero interest for 2 years, which makes Window Nation more affordable on average than other companies.
Window Nation's windows are made from high-quality materials, so they won't let the cool air out during the hot summer. They're so good, they're backed with a lifetime warranty, and they can install them in 1 day or less. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 3 million windows installed, you can trust Window Nation for quality and service. But you have to hurry. This 50% off window sale ends soon, so don't miss out. Schedule your estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Stay on your home court with Franciscan Health's top-rated cardiac heart care. No traveling, no waiting. Just award-winning heart care right where you live. Rated #1 in Indiana 2 years in a row for cardiology and cardiac care by health grades, Franciscan Health offers first-in-the-world treatments, cutting-edge technology, and unmatched compassion. Because we believe every heartbeat is extraordinary. Don't sit on the sidelines with heart trouble. Schedule a same-day cardiology appointment today at 317-893-1900.
So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Who needs a lake when you can lease a 2025 HRV LX all-wheel drive for $329 a month and zero down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda Fishers.
Great lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake.
Visit us off State Road 37 for special pricing during our summer sales event. With approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. All fees due at signing. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends August 31st. See dealer for details.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Politics, punchlines, and pure WIBC. The Mashup Podcast pulls the day's best moments from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, and drops them in one place. New episodes each weekday. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Look, stop making fun of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. This is not funny.
Look.
Uh-oh.
My voice was going out yesterday. Wow. And I don't know if it's any better today.
That's Jason Hammer.
Are
We
we
can't
sure?
have we can't have a whole segment of radio with Hammer sounding like this. So Nigel has graciously agreed to slide it. Hello, Nigel.
Hi, guys. Are you coming by the fair today?
You got the Oreo eating contest.
Well, yeah. Jason Hammer, I lost to him one year. His son lost to him the second year, and we found a listener who has lost himself, Mariachi Bob.
Have you ever met Mariachi Bob?
Have we met him? Have we seen him?
I drink a lot. I don't know. Maybe.
So your voice at least will be in good enough shape to down about. How many how many Oreos did you get down? Do you remember?
So it's an order, and I think 3 come in an order.
Okay.
And whoever can do it the fastest.
Okay.
Yeah. See, what problem last year? We were here. I was there for it last year. He psyched his kid out.
Yeah, he's talking trash.
And then your son, Chris, he didn't realize you got to wet those things down. You can't just go in, I was going to say something that was going to probably sound bad.
But we've done these contests against Joey Chestnut before, where I just make an absolute ass out of myself when I do it, because he's at World Pro. He's the best at the world is what he does. And we have these promos where he'll come in and do these shrimp eating contests with St. Elmo, because what is it, on the Big Ten?
Big Ten
Championship there on Georgia Street. And he'll have all 5 of them down his gullet before I can even chew one up. Chew one. And I refuse to do it anymore.
And I'm really not that good at this. I can't swallow pills.
Yeah.
So, I'm fat and I can eat a lot, but I struggle at competition.
What if you break your leg and the doctor prescribes Oxy or Vicodin or something?
Snort it.
Crush it up.
Put up your butt. Suppository. Goes straight to the bloodstream there.
We call that a beach girl Friday night.
So we also have. I'm fired up because we got Danny Hutton calling in from Three Dog Night, one of the originals. I mean, the original vocalist, And Hammer and I were thinking, what are what's the signature song?
You're on the road to Shambhala.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I don't know.
Really?
Yes.
No, Mama told me not to come.
Liar's a big one.
One.
Yeah, one.
And then Joy to the World. Joy to the World. That's their
I think that's it. I think that's the one. I think that's number 1 seed.
So they're on the free stage tonight at State Fair.
Stop laughing at me, Casey.
I just feel bad for you. You sound like you're in
fine.
pain.
I'm good.
How do you think RFK Jr. feels every time he talks?
Right.
Yeah, and look at how you hopped all over him when he was here.
You have zero empathy for your co-host.
I got a ball game
He'll
here.
be fine.
Oh, she looked like a dime store novel woman with her nails just dug into his chest when they took that photo together. Yeah,
I remember that.
Maybe Casey and Nige can share some Pagano stories, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yesterday, we rolled out a new Hammer and Nigel records.
Oh, how exciting.
Because I don't want people to forget that there's still a major scandal, multiple scandals going on in Joe Hogsett's office.
That's right.
We're all focused on other things right now. So with the success of Happy Gilmore 2, people are digging nostalgia. We put together a nostalgic Hammer and Nigel Allegations album.
And now, you can enjoy a trip down Nostalgia Lane with your favorite songs from yesteryear. Hammer and Nigel Records presents the Joe Hogsett Allegations Throwback Album. Your favorite hits customized to the allegations surrounding indie mayor Joe Hogsett.
And where were you on the night of the riots?
Hit after hit, like this allegation.
What's the legend about Joe? He can't find a new job. True. And when the riots came downtown, he was in detox. Allegedly. Creeping out chicks with Thomas Cook. Telling office chicks how hot they look and bro. That's what the legend about Joe.
And how about a Cyndi Lauper-themed allegation?
Oh, here we go.
The phone rings late at night at 3
wanna be harassed by you.
Allegedly.
Girls don't wanna be harassed.
And rock out with this AC/DC tribute.
Riding down the highway.
Oh, here we go.
Getting big potholes. Stopping off at rehab. Staying high to Joe.
Allegedly.
Getting drunk. Falling down. Lots of crime in downtown. Texting poetry from a book. Creeping out the chicks with Thomas Carl Cook. It's a great trip to the bottom when you're stuck with Mayor Joe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a quick trip to the bottom when you're stuck with Mayor Joe.
Hammer Nigel Records presents the Joe Hogsett Allegations Throwback Album. Operators are standing by.
There it is, new from Hammer and Nigel Records.
Straight up the
Boy,
charts.
you had some real legends lend their voices to that one.
Straight up the charts.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I had a request, and I'm going to just spring this on you, and I'm not saying you got to accept this challenge, but our audience is very disappointed that big, fat, phony chicken Diego Morales won't do an interview after his little rant that he went on at the
Motor Vehicle Advisory Board.
about how we're fake news. And so since he won't do an interview, somebody was wondering if, because you're so good with the AI, if AI Diego Morales might be able to do an interview with Hammer and Nigel, and you could ask him the questions that he doesn't want to answer with us.
AI accents are tough. But I will try. Hell, I might need AI Jason Hammer this afternoon.
Yeah, can we get AI Jason Hammer to fill in?
I love that, like, you'll be in a lab over the weekend, like at the Hammer Estate. There's a lab where you'll be trying to concoct.
Oh, I've seen the lab. I've been there. I've concocted in the lab. It's very impressive. More impressive than mine, for sure.
Clean it up
Nigel had to get
afterwards?
Ubered home from the lab.
Yeah. Call an Uber. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of AI, the AI of Rob Kendall being punched in the face
People
went
love
over
that.
well yesterday.
It was great. Hammer sent me a text. He's like, "Are you gonna is it all right if I post it?" Like, of course. Like, I don't see. This is why.
Because if you actually got punched in the face, I didn't want to get blamed for it.
Oh, I see. But here's the thing about us. We take it, like we dish it out, but we don't take ourselves serious. Like, okay, put a picture of me getting punched in the face.
Please look at that picture of me Hammer put up a couple days ago, shirtless in my Sydney Sweeney pose.
You look good.
At least slightly different than Sydney Sweeney.
You've got great genes.
Both of you have huge racks.
But the point is, we laugh at ourselves all the time, and these politicians, they cannot handle any person in any way having any fun with them or at their expense whatsoever.
I call myself a fat bastard in our latest picture.
I do like that. If you have not seen it, it is you and what's her face?
Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah, she's wearing the hot girl Arby's.
Hot girls like Arby's.
Yes, shirt, and then Hammer has a response to that.
Correct.
Very.
Maybe I can get an endorsement like she got because Arby's jumped on board.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a donut sponsorship.
How high are you still coming off your high of seeing the Honus Wagner? You found the Wagner. Found the Wagner baseball card.
Sat there and stared at it for like 10 minutes, and finally, like, sir, you have to move. There's 93 people behind you in line.
Did it have a price tag on it?
No, it's coming up for auction.
Okay.
What's the opening bid? Do we know?
I don't know. I would guess the final bid will be somewhere between $3 and $4 million. Probably.
No way.
Charlie Sheen bought one of the original ones once.
Oh,
for
yeah.
like millions.
Did he really?
Yeah.
This card's so big. Right below it at the National, there was a Lou Gehrig game-used bat, and nobody was looking or talking about it. It was just like people were in line. It was like a turnstile to see the holy grail of baseball cards.
You were at, what was it again yesterday?
The National Sports Card Collectors Convention.
Okay.
Yes. Watching Casey's husband be a rock star. Of course, I don't collect anything anymore, but Casey's husband, he was the tippy in the upper echelon of the nerds. Like the other nerds were lined up to get a photo with him for his work with the magazines. It was pretty cool. Like, I was following him around. You know how those Barstool guys will follow the main guy around, the hangers on?
Right.
Portnoy. Yeah, that was me. I was like one of those.
I don't understand what you're talking about. What magazines?
Yeah, that's what he does for a living. Well, one of the things he does for a living is he presses Sports Illustrated magazines. People send him their magazines. He cleans them up to get them graded.
Wow.
And then they send them in and get them graded.
I had no idea.
Like, I'm telling you, Nigel, at these
there
magazine
must have been
stands,
some real nerds at this thing.
yes, like they were lined up to get a picture with her husband. Like, I watched it. I watched in amazement. And it was for like 20 minutes.
You know where I was?
Where? The bar?
At the mall with his wife shopping.
Okay.
And then the bar. Okay. Yes.
Like, I just
She was the one girl in line for a Pagano autograph.
No, I mean, it was great. Like, it was like Elvis had showed up, and there were people lined up, and they were just... Nobody's ever done that for me. But, all right, State Fair today, right?
Yeah, man. Beer Sample Friday, 3-Dog Night on the free stage. All the stuff fun starts at 3 o'clock in the tap room, the beer garden. Come on in. It's air-conditioned. Beautiful, beautiful day for a live broadcast of the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Thank you, Hammer and Nigel. It's Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Attention, if you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. And using your FSA or HSA funds, you could save up to 30% off. To find out if you're a viable candidate, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 463-348-2596. Instead of masking the symptoms, it resolves the problem at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Find out if you're a viable candidate today. Request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics, 463-348-2596, 463-348-2596.
Summer is here, and that means it's time for new flooring in your home. Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get your new flooring installed in as little as 2 weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 North Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means getting more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Go to brothers-floorcovering.com. That's brothers-floorcovering.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Join the Hammer and Nigel Show today for Beer Sample Friday on opening day at the Indiana State Fair Tap Room, beginning at 3 p.m. Enjoy the show and Indiana brews and cocktails. Enjoy 3-Dog Night at the Hoosier Lottery Free Stage. Get your tickets online today. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Offer ends September 1st. IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, the State Fair is open today. You'll hear what Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith is saying about the future of farming in the state, what Avon police are saying about a recent immigration raid, and an update to the Indiana Fevers roster. Those stories and more coming up after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 11 o'clock.
A lot less hiring. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Over the last 3 months, we found that out this morning in the July report that shows the unemployment rate rose a tenth to 4.2% with just 73,000 jobs created, much less than expected. And hiring was much less than first thought earlier.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics revised down the May report by 125,000, only 19,000 jobs created in May. The revisions down for June, 133,000 jobs, just 14,000 created.
Fox Business Network's Edward Lawrence at the White House.
And this actually sets up the argument that there possibly could have been a rate cut, but the next Federal Reserve meeting is not until September.
And President Trump's angry. He's been demanding for a while the Federal Reserve slash interest rate substantially. In Truth Social post this morning, he called Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, who's resisted cutting rates, a disaster and a stubborn moron. On Wall Street, there is a sell-off. The Dow's plunging almost 600 points. Fox's Jared Halpern is also at the White House with a tariff update on imports from dozens of countries.
An executive order signed by the president imposes reciprocal tariffs in most cases beginning next week. Tariffs on goods from Canada, a major U.S. trading partner, are now increased to 35%, up from a 25% charge.
Now, that tariff on Canada did go into into effect today on goods not covered by a trade agreement. Special U.S. Envoy Steve Witkoff and Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee went to Gaza today, spending 5 hours touring U.S.-backed food distribution sites amid growing international anger at Israel over Palestinian starvation.
Most of the media is filled with some of the worst misinformation and, frankly, just outright lies.
Ambassador Huckabee also tells the Brian Kilmeade radio show the UN's done a terrible job of distributing food, and Hamas has stolen 80% of it.
And then they put it out on the black market. Well, people can't afford that.
Huckabee says the American-backed GHF has successfully delivered 100 million meals in 2 months. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The sun is rising, but the humidity is dropping. Sunny and 70 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 11:02. Highs were in the 90s across Indiana to start the week, but those are coming down.
And over the weekend, it looks like highs are going to be anywhere from the upper 70s or mid-70s for portions of Indiana and into the low 80s across the southern portions of the state.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there'll be off and on rain chances next week, but he doesn't expect any oppressive humidity or severe storms. The State Fair opened this morning. Farmers are participating as well as many others in the agriculture industry. Here's WIBC's Ryan Hedrick talking to Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith about future farmers.
How do we solidify Indiana as an agriculture powerhouse going forward for decades to come?
Well, I think one, it's got to be in education and the next generation. So why should the next generation go into agriculture? You know, they've seen mom and dad struggle. They've seen mom and dad maybe, who own a farm, and it's been hard to keep up. Well, a kid's going to look at that and they're going to say, well, I don't want to do that. That's really hard. So what can we do to incentivize great behavior in the agriculture world from a government standpoint?
Beckwith says he also wants to work on cutting regulations that often inhibit farmers from doing their jobs well. 20 people detained on federal immigration charges in Avon last month. The police department there says they worked with ICE to find those people, and ICE says many of them provided unlicensed or either fraudulent information. More on that at WIBC.com. A man found guilty on 2 of 3 murder charges for a shooting in Lawrence. Jurors convicted Malik Shaw on 2 charges Thursday, but they could not reach a verdict on the 3rd murder count. His trial took 3 days, and Shaw will be sentenced on August 27th. Forward Chloe Bibby has been signed by the Indiana Fever today to finish out the rest of the season. Bibby first joined on a 7-day contract when she signed with the team last Friday. She's averaged 9 points per game in the first 2 games she's played so far with Indiana. Caitlin Clark will not play in the Fever's game tonight against the Dallas Wings as she continues to deal with a groin injury. Tip-off at 7:30 this evening on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. 11:04. Kendall Casey coming back in 1 minute.
The heat outside does not have to be the heat inside. Masters Heating and Cooling is here to help. I use Masters Heating and Cooling in my home. David, the general manager, and the entire Masters team take care of my family. They've replaced parts of my system, serviced parts of my system, and everything is running in tip-top condition. My house feels amazing. Right now, you can get $1,000 off a new AC system. We're talking about a full system replacement here. $100 off electric, $250 off hybrid, and $500 off tankless water heaters. Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling today. They have 0% financing for up to 60 months with qualified system purchases. Terms and conditions for all offers. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Masters Heating and Cooling. They'll take care of your HVAC and help you out 24/7. Call 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-567-9505. Masters Heating and Cooling. 567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
This is fascinating that Trump was barking at Josh Hawley about this bill that would basically ban, let's call it what it is, it's insider trading. It is legalized insider trading in the U.S. government. And Trump just, I don't know. You want to think the best of everybody, and you want to think that they're all above board, but then Trump does something like this, and you're like, what possible reason could there be for you to be mad about putting safeguards around how these elected officials who have abused this system for years and years and years make financial deals with insider information?
So Josh Hawley, he introduced the Pelosi Act, preventing elected leaders from owning securities and investments.
Yeah, and I get that they're trying to be cute, but the Republicans all do this too. It's it's funny because Pelosi was the Speaker of the House and she blocked it from, becoming a thing, and Biden was supposedly going to sign it and blah, blah, blah. But let's not lose on the side of the fact that the Republicans do much of the exact same stuff, which is they get information that other people don't have access to.
Before anybody else gets it.
You or I do that and act on it. It's insider trading. We go to federal prison. And yet these people do it, and it's totally above board.
They do it, or they have their spouse do it. And
right.
You just look the other way. So the bill is going to ban members of Congress from trading or holding individual stocks, and Hawley agreed to expand it to include the president or the vice president in order to gain some support.
And Trump didn't like that.
He didn't. There was some pushback from that.
And that's ridiculous.
They cited Article 2.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. If you're an elected person in the federal government, you should, and you're getting paid, whatever they make now, $200,000 a year-ish or more, plus all the benefits, plus the perks, plus the retirement if you make it a certain amount of terms. Like, you should not be able to trade anything. Hey, I'm sorry. The day you go in, that's your stock portfolio. The day you go out, that'll be your stock portfolio. If you get lucky and it all goes up during that time, great. Good on you. Hope you made $1 gajillion. But you should not be able to profit off being in public office, and that's why so many of these people go in, is because they have figured out a way to make a whole bunch of money, and that's why so many of them go in regular people and come out millionaires, because they can do this legalized insider trading stuff. And the fact that Trump, who is a gajillionaire, is pushing back on this, he was like ripping Josh Hawley on the social media. It's like, what a horrible look, dude. We are getting screwed. We, being the American people, are getting screwed, and stuff like this is why it's happening.
It wouldn't even affect Trump. Hawley says that he plans to make the ban effective only on the start of the next term of an elected official, so it wouldn't even apply to Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's what's so weird about all of this, and I think that's where people really need to have a pause and try to figure out what's going on here, because like you said, it won't even affect Trump.
Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, she was going off on Nancy Pelosi, though, in the last press conference about her insider trading.
Have you talked with the president about his position on the stock trading ban bill before Congress? He obviously had pretty loaded comments about Senator Hawley. There's some reporting that they've since spoken. What is his position on the current status of that bill?
The president has spoken to Senator Hawley, who called him, and the president took that call. As the president said in the Roosevelt Room yesterday, conceptually, he of course supports the idea of ensuring that members of Congress and United States senators who are here for public service cannot enrich themselves. And the reason that this idea to put a ban on stock trading for members of Congress is even a thing is because of Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she is rightfully criticized because she makes, I think, $174,000 a year, yet she has a net worth of approximately $413 million. In 2024, Nancy Pelosi's stock portfolio, this was a fascinating statistic to me, grew 70% in 1 year in 2024, and her portfolio outperformed every single large hedge fund in that same year, and even more than doubled the returns of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. So I think the president stands with the American people on this. He doesn't want to see people like Nancy Pelosi enriching themselves off of public service and ripping off their constituents in the process. As for the mechanics of the legislation and how it will move forward, the White House continues to be in discussions with our friends on Capitol Hill.
$413 million. And you're led to believe that it was all her husband's doing. Just tinkering away at what, day trading?
Well, and that's, but again, it's all of these people. It's easy to like pick one person, and you should. It's ridiculous. But remember the stuff that came out about Jefferson Shreve, a month or two ago about there is no like good guy in the equation here. Like, let's not act like there's some altruistic group of people or whatever. Like these are all so many of these, not every single person in Congress, but a huge portion of the people in Congress are just rotten people. They're just rotten people, and they're totally willing to use their position to enrich themselves at the expense of you.
President Trump signed an executive order yesterday to reinstate the presidential fitness test in public schools.
We're going back in time, Casey.
Yeah, so this was originally created under President Eisenhower in the 50s and then really executed with, was it Johnson? Is that who it is? Yeah. And
are you making a statement or asking a question?
Well, both. I want to make sure that I'm correct.
Okay,
on that.
I remember this was a massive deal in the 1990s as a kid of the 90s. Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he was good friends with the Bush family, kind of became the face of this, and it became a big deal in public schools to win the Presidential Physical Fitness award. You had to do X amount of push-ups or
sit-ups,
chin-ups, sit-ups.
Yep.
Sit-ups, chin-ups. You had to run a mile, I think, in a certain amount of time.
Yep.
There was all sorts of requirements based on your age. I did indeed, I believe it was in third grade, win the...
Did you get a certificate?
I did get a
It was
certificate.
Johnson, by the way. The formal test began in 1966 under Johnson. So
Yeah.
you got a certificate?
I got a certificate. I don't know if there was like a Pizza Hut coupon or something that came with it. I thought there was some sort of, bribery as a kid. I remember.
It was awarded to students who performed in the top 15th percentile.
Yeah, there was some number because the one for me was chin-ups, and I barely got the chin-ups.
Mhm.
Chin-ups were always a problem for me. But I was a fabulous, you wouldn't know it to look at me now, but I was a fabulous elementary school athlete. And so the chin-ups was the real barrier, and I did indeed get the chin-ups. The last chin-up, I think, was a bit... I don't know if I actually made it, but Mr. Jones, my PE teacher,
Generous.
said, well, I think I made it. I just think if there'd have been it's one of those to the naked eye, I think it was made. However, if we had instant replay like today, it might have been closer. But I think I got it anyway.
So the test was replaced in 2013 by President Obama with the Fitnessgram, which focused more on BMI and aerobic capacity, not so much the sit-ups and pull-ups and running the mile.
Because, if you're going to get some kid motivated, giving them a definitive physical thing to eclipse and challenge themselves, that's not going to do it. But telling them about their BMI and their, jump rope? Did I hear a jump rope in there? Did I miss that? Did I imagine that?
Aerobic capacity.
Aerobic capacity.
Flexibility.
Thank you. Yes,
yeah.
let's focus on your aerobic capacity, or, hey, you got to run this mile in an X amount of time. The kid is definitely, you got to give kids tangible goals, right? You got to give something that's going to impress the girls in your class. That's why this works.
So there's new council members, and they were all there. WWE's Triple H, one of them. You also had...
I love the Triple H thing because Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, is his stage name. That is not his actual name, but he is known as Triple H. And then I saw DeShamwow was there. Now Triple H is funny because Triple H was kind of a mid-card wrestler in the mid-90s, and then suddenly, by a stroke of luck, went from this kind of skinny, scrawny guy to a real massive guy in a year's worth of time. And that's amazing how in his late 20s he found some sort of secret workout ingredient that would go from being a scrawny mid-carder guy to a massive guy. Oh, and then, by the way, he married Vince McMahon's daughter, and now he basically runs the company. So, yeah, that's amazing. That's a great guy to be sending the message out about physical fitness, Case. The guy who found the fountain of youth in his late 20s and went from a scrawny mid-card guy to some massive bulked-up dude in the head of the company. Boy, what a perfect guy to send out there.
The Chiefs kicker, Harrison
Why don't we just
Butker,
put
was
Mark
also
McGuire
there.
and Barry Bonds out there while we're at it? Throw in Sammy Sosa for fun.
Sure. So Trump and the council members, they haven't announced what the exact
Lyle
format
Alzheimer
is going to
busy?
be of the new version, or whether they're going to keep any of the Fitnessgram components still involved in this. Will they retain any of the Obama era stuff?
It's elementary physical fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Just set a target. Tell the kids to get out, get off your fat duffs, and put the phone away.
Tell them to go run a mile.
I mean, I don't
clock
even.
it.
Yeah,
Give them a
that's the problem.
certificate.
There's too many of these little booger eaters on their phones all day instead of going outside. You don't ever see kids outside playing anymore.
No, you don't.
You don't. And again, not to be old man who yells at clouds, but most evenings, because did I tell you the splash pad is broke again?
It is?
They put $700,000 in Warehouseburg into the splash pad.
Yeah.
After the first $500,000 they put into it.
Was it broken last week?
It's been broke for like 2 weeks.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So so these are the same people that won $100 million for a swimming pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have this splash pad that when they build it, I told them, I was like, that's going to fail. And at least if we give you $500,000, let that fail in a few years, it's not $20 million for a pool, which was the number at the time. So that was the deal. Like 8 years later, it failed. It's broke for a whole year. They spent $700,000 to fix it. I said, it'll fail again because you guys can't run a lemonade stand if your life depended on it. And like 3 weeks in, it's been down for a week. Well, the one part we didn't fix, it broke. Why didn't you fix the whole thing? Anyway, point is that we've had to go to the playground, the baby playground.
Yeah.
And so
instead of the
splash pad, my taxpayer-funded splash pad that I can't use because it don't work. So we've had to go to the baby playground. And on our walk to the baby playground, you never see any kids out other than like organized football activity, like junior football or whatever will practice. There's a open green space where they'll practice. But you never see kids playing hoop anymore. Every so often you'll see a couple of kids like on scooters, not even on bikes anymore. It's these scooter things. But it's this fabulous little baby playground that nobody's ever on. We always just have it to ourselves, which is wonderful. But why doesn't anybody go outside anymore? Where are all the people? What do the kids do all day?
They're on their phone. And that could be why President Trump is bringing back the Presidential Physical Fitness Award to encourage people to get more active.
They need to ban kids under a certain age from being on the cell phone unless you're making an emergency phone call. We need some sort of intervention on that because that is clearly destroying children. That on these beautiful sunny summer afternoons, there's not a child in sight.
So the CDC recommending,
except for my kid, she's out and about.
They recommend 60 minutes of daily physical activity for kids aged 6 to 17.
There's no way the average kid is getting an hour of physical
An hour.
No way. I mean, like if your kid's in sports, okay, probably. But there's no way the normal kid is getting.
If they're not in organized sports.
That's right.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It is 93 WIBC.
Historic flooding.
This is a 100-year catastrophe.
Lives shattered.
Dedicated, searching for every single one of the children.
It's horrible. I have grandchildren that I couldn't imagine them flowing down a river.
Support Texas flood relief efforts by going to SALArmyEDS.org. Whatever you can spare will help.
It is undescribable and catastrophic.
From 93.
This is a national emergency.
WIBC.
Hey, it's Matt Baer for Cochran Exteriors. Don't wait to beautify your home for summer for a fresh new look and increased home value. New siding by Cochran Exteriors is the answer. From James Hardy fiber cement siding to a big array of vinyl siding colors and styles, the experienced pros at Cochran have all the choices. Plus, a lifetime workmanship warranty and over 10,000 satisfied customers. For your free estimate, call Cochran Exteriors at 317-ROOFING or visit CochranExteriors.com. Tell them I sent you.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve. Plus, with any new Lincoln, your first 5 oil changes are on us. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
First 5 oil changes complimentary with any new Lincoln purchase or lease. See dealer for complete details.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
In the construction business, you're only as good as your tools. That's why Quality Supply and Tool offers DeWalt products, like the 20-volt Max XR cordless 3-speed half-inch hammer drill. Buy one and get a 5-amp-hour battery free. That's a $100 value. Or buy two DeWalt 60-volt Max FlexVolt 12-amp-hour batteries and get one free. Only at Quality Supply and Tool, and only while supplies last, or September 26th. With locations in West Lafayette, Bloomington, Jeffersonville, and Indianapolis, Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
I thought I'd book a trip to Italy to celebrate retiring.
We didn't speak Italian.
We didn't then. We do now. Because of Babbel.
Babbel is the refreshingly easy-to-use app for learning a new language. Babbel uses immersive lessons to teach you vocabulary and grammar in a way that sticks. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
So what'd you say? There's a new documentary coming out on Delphi?
Yeah, ABC News Studios, they're releasing a 3-part docu-series. It's titled Capturing Their Killer, The Girls on the High Bridge. It premieres August 5th on Hulu. It features interviews with Abby Williams and Libby German's family, investigators, Richard Allen's defense attorneys, also Allen's wife. Kathy Allen, and this is the first time that she is speaking publicly about this.
You know what we ought to do? I will do this now that we're on pretty good terms. I bet Doug Carter, former state police superintendent, would be. By the way, has Braun ever responded to that bombshell interview Doug Carter did with us, laying out how Braun's buddy, Tom Kleinhelter, the DuBois County Sheriff, allegedly had an 80-page probable cause affidavit over him using commissary money to send his wife on trips with him, and how that just magically went away once Braun became the governor? Remember that interview we did with Doug Carter?
I do.
Has Braun ever responded to that, or is he just like everything else? He just, does Grandpa even know that took place?
I don't know if he knows it took place, but I don't believe he's responded.
And why won't anybody in the media ask him about that? Why has nobody asked Braun, the governor, on how his buddy, the DuBois County Sheriff, Tom Kleinhelter, was facing an 80-page probable cause affidavit, according to former state police superintendent Doug Carter, and then magically Braun becomes the governor, appoints a new state police commissioner, and everything just goes away? Why won't anybody ask Braun or the state police superintendent what the hell happened there? Did Carter and those guys just make it up? Or if not, did the State Board of Accounts, who triggered the state police investigation, did they just make it up? If not, how is the guy roaming around free right now? How does nobody ask Grandpa Braun about that?
So I'm looking at Governor Mike Braun's social media to see if he's maybe commented.
Yes.
And the last thing he said was that Indiana is an agricultural powerhouse.
Oh.
That's a fact.
Okay.
So no, he's not addressing that at all.
Anyway.
I believe he's at the fair today.
Well, maybe somebody could ask him. If you see Braun, if you see Grandpa out at the fair, and it turns out he knows he's at the fair, because I'm not sure Braun knows what's going on a lot of the time anymore.
It's really interesting. So he's posting about agriculture.
Yes.
Of course, in reference to Indianapolis being one of the 5 hubs now for agriculture.
Yes.
And all of the comments are about what? Take a guess. I'll give you one guess.
Yes.
What do you think all the comments are about?
I'm going to guess they're telling him to eat crap and die because of property taxes.
Yes.
Yeah, how about that? There you
That's
go.
it.
Anyway, bringing this back full circle. Oh, by the way.
What?
I forgot to tell you this. Micah did some speaking event down, I believe it was in Vanderburgh County.
Okay.
And somebody took the liberty of asking him how he ended up at Game 3 of the NBA Finals with Diego and a high-profile known felon with a decades-long rap sheet.
Okay.
You know what he said?
No.
I was gifted a ticket.
Oh.
And apparently those people were like, we know you were gifted a ticket. You haven't opened your wallet since the Reagan administration. How'd you get to the game? And he didn't want to answer that question.
No.
So we still don't know how Micah
that came about.
Ended up at Game 3 of the NBA Finals after espousing great deep concern for Diego's trip to India, with Diego and a high-profile known felon who went down for federal bribery charges. Anyway, we're talking about Delphi. I got sidetracked there.
Yeah, so this docuseries is going to premiere on August 5th on Hulu, and in the trailer, Kathy Allen says that she wants true justice for Abby and Libby, but it should not be at the expense of an innocent person. I thought the trailer for this was fascinating. It's a little long. It's like 2 minutes long, but take a listen.
Delphi's a small town.
It's just a good, wholesome area to be in. At least it used to be.
Abby and Libby had gone on a walk, but we went to pick them up. They weren't there.
When the bodies were found, it felt different than any crime scene I've ever seen.
There were hallmarks that suggested some ritualistic activity.
Was this a satanic type killing?
A symbol on the tree done in the victim's blood.
The person that did this to these girls is pure evil.
This case became such a global story.
She captured the image of her own murderer.
What if somebody I know did this?
Had it not been for the voice, Richard Allen might never have been caught.
Here's the rest of the story. Here's what they didn't tell you.
My name is Kathy Allen, and I am the spouse of Richard Allen.
Hi, Kathy.
Yeah. I just remember my husband, Ricky, was like, well, I was out on the trail. First time I saw the picture, it really could have been anybody. When I heard Rick Allen was arrested, I was shocked.
You're not going to find anything that ties me to those murders, so I'm not really that concerned.
All right. We're going to ask Doug Carter. I'll ask him if he'll come on and talk about this. I bet he will. I bet he will talk about, because he's an open book, and he certainly was with us. I bet he will talk about what evidence that he saw, they saw, that they think Richard Allen clearly did it. So I will do that. I will extend that invitation.
Ask him to come on the show. So Richard Allen sentenced to 130 years in prison, and he's appealing his conviction, and he was recently transferred from Indiana to an Oklahoma prison. It is Kendall and Casey.
Can we just wait for a second, though?
Yeah.
Right, real quick, and then we'll go to a break. That is super weird that Micah will not answer how he ended up at that basketball game. Is it? I mean, right? He probably stopped answering it all because he gave conflicting stories. That is super weird that the lieutenant governor ends up at a basketball game with Diego and all the bullcrap he's pulling, and a high-profile known felon with a 20-year rap sheet, and then when you ask him how did it happen, he can't give you a coherent answer. That is strange, right?
He said he was gifted it.
Yeah, and they were like, we know you were gifted it. Tell us how it happened.
Say more words, and then
there's no more words.
No more words were said.
Right.
I don't understand why they just can't be transparent.
That's it. That's the thing. Just say how it happened. Somebody called you. Somebody gave it to you. You had a conversation with somebody about it, and then we'll be done with it. But when you don't answer the questions, you notice the trend?
Yes, when you don't answer the questions, we're led to fill in the blanks ourselves.
Diego, Raju, it's all of these people doing the same stuff over and over and over again. Ask question, answer question. You work for us. That's how this works. Anyway, go ahead. Doing the same stuff over and over and over again. Ask question, answer question. You work for us. That's how this works. Anyway, go ahead.
Human conditions we've seen recently.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says he does not expect any bad storms in the near future either. The State Fair opened up today. WIBC's Ryan Hedrick spoke to this man named Drew this morning.
Drew, what is your favorite food at the State Fair?
Big fan of the Dairy Barn, as you can see, having a milkshake for breakfast.
He also says he likes the breakfast beignets and the tenderloins. The fair runs until August 17th. And Major League Baseball announcing today that Wrigley Field in Chicago will host the 2027 All-Star Game. On the Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
When your car is more than just a car, you need more than just a garage. Expert-level automotive service, customization, and care is available for you at GR Brands Campus in Zionsville, home to Graham Rahal Performance and Rahal Paint Protection. From routine maintenance to custom tuning and parts, paint protection film, window tint, and ceramic coating to full-scale custom builds, GR Brands is your all-in-one destination. GR Brands also offers a curated selection of rare supercars when you're ready to elevate your collection. If your passion rests on two wheels, Rahal Power Sports on the GR Brands campus is for you. Featuring Ducati, Piaggio, Vespa, Aprilia, and Moto Guzzi. Whether you're a collector, a casual rider, or a monster on the track, you'll find the service, sales, and support every rider needs. The perfect ride for your lifestyle is waiting at Rahal Power Sports. Start riding or expand and enhance your two-wheel collection today. From the neighborhood to the track, Rahal Power Sports will help you do it with confidence and style. Make every drive and every ride extraordinary. Start now at GrahamRahal.com/GRBrands.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
What's going on with Justin Timberlake?
Oh, he announced that he is battling some health issues, including a recent Lyme disease diagnosis.
Okay, I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be facetious when I say this, but like, what is? I've heard of it, but what is Lyme disease?
It's a bacterial infection. It's transmitted through the bite of infected black-legged ticks, also known as deer ticks.
Where do you find? Any idea where you find those at? Are they just running around in thriving suburban communities, or did he go to some?
Did he go to the woods?
Yeah,
was he
like,
out hiking somewhere?
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Do I have to worry about this, or is this some freak thing?
Well, I think if you're out hiking in a park or in some tall grass, you should.
Well, that's
definitely.
you. You got to worry about it. You love to go into the parks.
Yeah, and I check afterwards. You know.
You check what?
Your legs and arms, and just make sure there's not.
What do you mean you check? You check like here, ticky, 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 ticky.
I look over my leg and wipe it off with my hand, make sure there's not a tick hiding somewhere that wants to burrow into my skin. So there's 3 stages of Lyme disease.
How big are these things?
It's a tick. They're little. They're little black bugs.
But you could see them.
Yeah.
Oh, you would know.
You can see them.
I got
but
you.
they like to hide, like in a sock. They'll try to like go underneath your sock or behind your knee or maybe, in your shorts or something.
Why would you subject yourself to being around these things?
You mean like why would I go hiking and be in nature?
Well, it seems like a lot of risk. Like you could walk in a not where you live, but you could get in your car and go to a suburban community that has a park.
Yeah,
and you would have to risk.
Yeah, and I do that, but I also go on trails.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of work, and that these things are out there waiting to pounce at any given moment.
Rob, you cannot live in fear. You know that. You have to go on with your life.
Well, somebody told Justin Timberlake that, and now he has the Lyme disease.
He does. 3 stages of Lyme disease includes the early symptoms, which are flu-like symptoms, fever, fatigue, headache, rash sometimes. You've got the mid-stage, which is joint pain, facial paralysis, chest pain, dizziness, and palpitations.
Whoa. So, like, if you don't get this thing treated, it could be really bad news.
Yeah. Late stage is chronic joint inflammation, severe fatigue, neurological symptoms, and even cardiac complications.
So you got to really...
You treat it with antibiotics.
You got to really take this. So this is like something that years ago, if you'd have been... Like on an Oregon Trail, when I was playing the Oregon Trail game, Fred has Lyme disease. He's passed away.
Yeah.
Like you got to seriously. I mean, we're like exploring this here, but you got to see a doctor if you got this thing.
Yeah, you do. That's why I check my body to make sure that there aren't ticks on me.
It's so weird that you're willing to do something that's so dangerous. You have to check your body afterwards.
But I think, the health benefits of going for a walk or the hike, they outweigh the possibility that maybe there's going to be a tick.
And Timberlake thought that as well. Now look at him.
Well, he didn't check himself, which he should have, right?
You'd think he'd have people that could do that for him.
Check his body.
Wouldn't you be rich enough that you could have a tick checker?
Now, have you seen the videos that have been going around of him where he's singing and he does one line of the song, I got this feeling, and then he turns the microphone over to the crowd and they start singing, and then he comes back and he does one more line, and then he turns the microphone back to the crowd and they start singing. It's like they're paying money to watch him perform and him sing the song, and yet he's having the audience do all the work for him.
And this bothers you?
Well, yeah, if you paid money to go see someone in concert, you want to see them actually performing.
Okay, so this is interesting. Like, let's extrapolate this. So Billy Joel, there's a new documentary on Billy Joel. The HBO did the documentary, and they show all of his concerts that he was doing at Madison Square Garden. Well, during Piano Man, he just stops playing and lets people sing.
Right.
Jimmy Buffett used to do that. That was part of like the parrot head thing. That bothers you. You think they're depriving, as a concert goer, you feel as though somebody else letting you participate in the concert, that is depriving you of some sort of lost value. Is that what you're saying?
A little. I mean, I get, participation. That's always fun. I mean, Queen wrote an entire song just so the audience could participate. But it seems like a lot of people are really upset that Justin Timberlake took it to a next level. Like, he was not singing the song at all. He was just like giving him the cue, and then the audience took over, and he just was gone, disappeared.
That's interesting. That's interesting that's what has you fired up. That there's too much allowance of people to participate in the concerts that they've paid to go to. This must stop immediately.
Well, and now I'm wondering if his recent Lyme disease announcement is part of the reason why he was doing that in his concert, because he wasn't feeling good and he had some health issues.
Somebody says your dogs and cats can carry them into the house too.
Oh, see? Yeah. Good point.
Huh. They also say ticks spread 4 different diseases depending on which one they may be carrying.
Wonder what the other diseases are.
I don't know.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, Are you beginning to second guess?
No.
Just the laissez-faire, lackadaisical way in which you've...
I've heard that if you have one that is starting to burrow under your skin, you take like a bar of soap and they'll back out because they don't like that.
And then where do they fly? How do they get on you? Do they fly?
I don't know if they
fly. Do they jump? Where do they jump
clearly
from?
they jump from.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Like, how do you?
Tall blade of grass.
I mean, because most of
your body.
Most of the parks, so it's like a carved out trail. Well, my question is, can they like jump off a tree and onto you, or if you're minding your own business, do you have to stray off of the somewhat civilized path that is created in most parks?
Well, I think like even if you go on some of the trails like in Brown County, there are trails,
right?
But there's going to be some overgrowth. Some, branches or twigs that could be in the path that you have to either step on or walk over or brush by, and you want to make sure when you do that.
Huh. All right. Well, there you go.
Okay, so there's also, I don't know if you heard about this, a proposed 72-hour train route between L.A. to New York. And I love that.
What? A train?
A train.
What year is this? 1937?
The headline on this kind of cracks me up. Proposed 72-hour train route between L.A. and New York aims to debut in 2026.
Wait. Train.
Yes.
Who's taking a train? I mean, obviously, I know there are still trains, but that sort of seems like a bygone era type of thing. Certainly, first of all, there isn't already a train track that runs. You cannot currently run from New York to Los Angeles. That doesn't currently exist in this country.
It's connecting L.A. to New York City, and it seems like maybe it's a little faster, or it won't have stops. It's a direct train route.
72 hours sounds very slow.
72 hours. It's aimed to be operational by National Train Day. Did you know there's a National Train Day? May 10th is National Train Day. They want to launch it on National Train Day, May 10th, 2026, to coincide with the U.S.'s 250th birthday and also the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
But again, I come back to who's getting on the trains now. Like, what percentage of the population is traveling by train? And 72 hours, that doesn't sound all that much faster than what I could just drive across the country in.
You think you can drive across the country?
I don't know. I've never I mean, I drove from Indiana to the Atlantic Ocean in between 11 and 12 hours. Now you'd
That's
have
like
to,
a third, right?
Well, that's a third, so that'd be 36 if you extrapolate it. Now, obviously, you got to stop to sleep or whatever after you've driven 12 hours. That's probably all the... By the way, that trip to Chicago, that drive sucks.
65?
I don't know what. I mean, it's Indiana, it's Illinois, it's both sides of the border. By the way, did you see the speed cams that were there?
I saw a lot of police.
Did you
65.
see the sign for the speed cams,
No,
though?
I didn't notice that.
Oh,
I was
better...
probably looking at my phone trying to find stories for today's show.
Well, did your husband
I
see
wasn't
it?
driving.
I hope he was obeying the applicable
of course
rules
he was.
So he doesn't get a sternly
He's an
worded
upstanding
letter.
Citizen.
There was the speed cam warnings there, and there were, yes. But why is it all under construction, and why does it never get any better?
You went from traffic in Chicago down 65 to traffic in Indianapolis.
It was one traffic jam after another.
It was.
Like, shouldn't we be doing it in increments? Like, okay, here's the part that's under construction. You've made it through that. Good luck.
Right.
And then we'll get to the other one next time. It was just one construction zone after another, and it was on both sides of the state line. So it was not one state doing the damage. It was both states doing the damage.
The real question everybody has is, which car did you take? Yours or your wife's?
No, we didn't take mine. Here's what I was blown away by,
Yeah.
and I'm sure this is a common thing. On the phone, I don't go anywhere where I would need a map, right? So it's very rare that I ever use a map.
GPS?
But the map is so updated now. There was some sort of warning sign on the side of the road, and it was just two cars pulled over. They're like, impediment, so many miles ahead.
Yeah.
How did they know that quick? I mean, it's just two cars. Like, the blinkers were still on.
Yeah.
How does it know that fast? Impediment. I was thinking, like, oh, there's some huge
And
accident.
do you get the alert still there where you can click and let other drivers know it's still there or not there?
I got what?
The alert.
What alert?
Like, if you use Waze, it'll
use
say...
what?
Waze.
What is that?
It's another version of Maps.
Oh, okay.
It's just a different brand,
Uh-huh.
right? So when you're driving, it'll say, police reported ahead.
Okay, so some person, so this was what I was pondering, was how did it know that those people were there? They were, not engaged in some serious traffic accident. There were no police. There were just simply two cars on the side of the road, and somehow the thing knew that they were there.
Right.
You're telling me someone else
put them there.
Somebody reported that, and then it populated or whatever into this thing.
Correct.
And that's how it knew they were there.
Yes,
That's
and then when
crazy.
you drive by it, you get an alert that says you can still there, which means you can say for the people behind you.
I didn't notice that because my eyes were on the road.
Good for
just
you.
Obeying the...
Good for you. Your wife did tell me that you have a habit of turning the map off while you're driving.
Yeah, if I know where I'm going, I don't need some person talking to me.
But then you missed the turn.
When have I missed a turn?
She claimed you missed some turns.
No.
We had a whole long conversation.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Yeah, I'm sure you heard just what a horrendous life it is. That.
No.
By the way, okay.
What?
I haven't even looked at the tab yet. How bad is it going to be?
What tab?
Of how much you two spent.
Oh, when we were shopping? No, I'm not bad at all. I don't, not bad at all. We went into a lot of stores. We did not buy a lot of stuff.
Because she was,
I think the tab at the restaurant was going to be higher than what she purchased.
So true story. True story. You guys are still there when we get done, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna eat. And I'm like, I'm not that hungry. And your husband's like, Rob, I will pay for it. It'll be fine. You have to eat something.
Just eat something you hadn't eaten all day.
I was like, I ate a whole bunch of the snacks and stuff. He's like,
Oh, were you eating at the convention?
We brought snacks.
Oh.
And nobody would believe me.
I didn't know you brought.
Yeah, because it was like the thing where the nachos were like $9 or something. I was like, we could just bring these snacks. You bring them in and eat.
Okay.
And your husband was like thinking I just was deliberately not eating because I didn't want to pay for the food. He's like, no, I'm not hungry. But then he pressured me into eating something.
But the burger was good.
It was very good. And it was very nice that he
Mm-hmm.
did that.
Yeah.
But I felt like he was looking at me thinking I was not eating because of the price of the thing. I'm like, I'm not that destitute.
I'm not that cheap. I don't know. I questioned it as well.
I just wondered, like, how bad is that going to shock me this afternoon when I check the tabulation of how much she?
I don't think so. I think you'll be okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway. But that blew my mind that it knew that there was that there were two automobiles right there on the side of the road, and there they were.
Isn't technology amazing?
It's kind of, I mean, it's very scary.
Speaking of technology, Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, they tripled their year-over-year revenue.
They did. Who is it?
Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
What?
Okay, so the Meta smart glasses.
Oh, right.
That you can wear.
Yes, very scary.
And record things
Sure.
on. Their Ray-Ban has a brand of them.
Oh. And what do? They just record your life? This is your life. You walk around, and then what? You can go back and review it later, like some sort of home movie. But it sees it from your vantage point,
right?
That's scary.
Input different information, how many miles you walked, or things of that nature.
Oh,
they made $16 billion last year.
What?
Yeah, year over year, $16 billion they made.
They sold. They didn't make.
Well, correct. They sold.
I mean, they got like $3 in these things somewhere, so it's not straight profit.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. So now other brands are jumping on board. Like there's going to be a Prada version of it, an Oakley version.
Oakleys are still around?
Oakleys are still around, and now they're going to have Meta Performance AI glasses.
Oakley is still a thing?
It is.
Oh, those were so cool in the 90s, and they were so expensive, and I begged my parents to get me Oakleys, and they were like, absolutely not. That is so cool that Oakley is still around. That's awesome. If you had Oakleys, you were either very wealthy or your parents were complete suckers. That's awesome that those are still around.
All right, so the State Fair starting today. Let's talk about it coming up. It's 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon live at the Indiana State Fair in the tap room. Thank you to Wilson Farm Market. It's Beer Sample Friday. Join us at the fair, baby.
This is the soundtrack of summer.
And new memories are waiting at your Indiana State Fair.
Today is opening day of your Indiana State Fair. Join us for the greatest 15 days of summer as we welcome back all the rides, animals, free entertainment, and more. There's something for everyone, so bring the whole family. Plan your trip at IndianaStateFair.com.
Sounds like fun. Your Indiana State Fair, presented by Get Prepared Indiana.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Life Church. They got a big event coming up. It is tomorrow, Saturday, August the 2nd. It's their big men's event where you will hear the raw truth from men who've been through the fire. You know, one thing that's true about our culture is there is a call out for men to be strong and lead well, and that's what Life Church Men event is all about tomorrow, Saturday, August the 2nd. You can learn more about everything. Costs just $50 for this awesome event, and you can learn more all about it, plus their 4 campuses across central Indiana, Noblesville, Fishers, Eagle Creek, and Pendleton by checking them out on the web, lifechurchin.com.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front? Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Michaelis for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers, under new ownership, just off State Road 37. Stop by for special grand opening prices during the summer sales event.
You support them. Who supports you? Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide insight, encouragement, and resources to help you navigate a loved one's recovery on the Supporting Sobriety podcast. Listen and get support wherever you get your podcasts.
Casey, you are what we like to call an events person.
I like to go and do and see stuff.
You are the polar opposite of me.
Right. You like to stay home.
I never, ever like to leave my house.
It's safe and secure there.
It is. And also climate controlled. And I'm the only person there other than my immediate family.
Yeah.
Or people
your food's there. Your bathroom's there. Everything you need is right there in your house.
We had this conversation yesterday. I know we got into this earlier, but life is just a hassle outside of your own home.
I tell you what.
It's just a big, you Casey and her husband and my wife, we all went to dinner yesterday, and we had this conversation. I said, going places. This is why I don't leave my home. I mean, I used to be Mr. Hey, you out with me? You out till 3?
Right.
Every Friday, Saturday. Maybe we'll sneak a Thursday in. We're going out doing things.
Yeah.
It all just seems like a lot of work now.
I think that's why I'm starting to lead more towards going to historical sites or parks, because they seem to be less crowded and less congested than going to anything in a big city.
When I was a younger, less married person, the thrill of going places was who you going to meet,
right?
Who you going to run into, what sort of
tomfoolery is going to happen,
are you going to get into. But
now you don't want to meet or see anybody.
There's no purpose. It's why, not completely, but I've largely given up drinking too, because it's like, what's the point other than meeting a buddy every so often, for a beverage here or there. Maybe I'll have one in my house every so often while watching sports. But other than that, it's like, this is just killing my insides.
It is.
What
and
am I
then
trying
you
to
feel like
accomplish
crap
here?
the next morning, especially if you get overserved.
So, but you maintain that you do like to go out and be in the things and around the people. And one of the things and the people that's taking place beginning this weekend is the State Fair.
This is true. They're expecting 850,000 visitors. Some of the key attractions this year. They're going to have lobster mac and cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, and an all-vegan Indianapolis Philly Blue cotton candy margarita.
I don't even know what you just said.
I know. It's a lot of words, right?
Isn't it so funny? Because this was under Pence, I think. I mean, that's how long this has been. When they started serving alcohol at the State Fair. Maybe it was not under Pence. I'm pretty certain, though, it's been that long. And what a colossal deal that was. Oh, it's going to be overrun by ingrates and troublemakers, and now they've advanced the alcohol sales to where how did you describe that margarita?
It was an all-vegan Indianapolis Philly Blue. Maybe these are two different things. Okay, I'm like, what a vegan drink.
I want it to all be one thing, though.
No, they're two separate things.
I was like, I've never heard of a vegan margarita.
I know. I'm like, wait, what? There is a comma there.
Oh.
So you've got a blue cotton candy margarita.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Very good. You are Casey's running on very little sleep.
I am.
The best part was when
we got home late last night.
When we were leaving, I was like, what can I do to help you? You're like, just text me some stories. And then I was like,
I'm driving.
Sure, I'll do that. And I was like, Casey's got it. It'll be fine.
I did. I took care of it. But yeah, the cotton candy margarita. So let's see. The State Fair, guests can expect all the familiar sights, smells, and tastes they love. They say along with some new experiences. Now, I know a lot of people like to go to the state fair. It's the soundtrack of summer.
Sure.
That's the theme this year.
Oh.
I have to tell you one of my favorite fair stories of all time.
Is this the Indiana State Fair?
This is not. This was the St. Joe County State Fair. The St. Joe County 4-H Fair.
County Fair, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, very
northern
good.
Indiana.
Yes.
I was very much 9 months pregnant.
Oh! And you went?
Went to the state fair.
Why?
Because I don't know. I think it was Jim's idea. I thought, well, let's go walk around the fair.
Yes,
and that is where I started going into labor.
At the state fair?
At the state fair, and I said, we got to go.
Yeah.
And never returned to work and started maternity leave right in that moment.
Did you walk back to your car? There's so many things now I want to know. Did you walk back to your car?
I did. I walked back to the car through, you didn't demand someone get you a golf cart? No, I should have, though. I don't know what I was thinking because it was like, 1,000 degrees out. It was crowded. It was, I believe, a Saturday night. So, woo, look at me. That's what I do on Saturday night.
Yeah.
9 months pregnant. Go walk around a fair.
I can't believe that Jim, who's Mr. Reasonable, thought,
yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. He really wasn't looking out for me, was he?
No, it's a horrible idea. That's one of the just worst ideas imaginable, which is crazy that it came from your husband.
Yeah.
Because he's always Mr. Measured.
So, yeah, whenever I think of a fair, I always associate it with childbirth.
Well.
Can you imagine? I mean, just put me in the barn with one of the cows, right?
Yeah. Look, there's and over here to your right, you'll see the lady giving birth.
Right, exactly. They could have sold tickets.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for us this week. So whatever you do this weekend, I don't want to read about you in any of the newspapers.
Same. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you for listening today. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you back here Monday. This has been Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today. Indianapolis was built for speed, electricity, and nonstop action. So was Live Golf. So where better to crown a new individual champion? Leading the pack, Rahm, DeChambeau, and Neiman. But only one can be the victor. So be at Chatham Hills August 15th to 17th as Live Golf gets even louder. With a doubleheader concert from Riley Green and Jason Derulo. Tickets are already flying out of the gate. Hurry and grab yours now at livegolf.com.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
On the level, on the go. 93 WIBC Indianapolis.
Coming up.
Yeah, the weekend weather looks fantastic.
Indiana agriculture is becoming a national staple.
Trump loves to brag about making deals. You would think he actually knows how to make one.
Garden Smash and Community Fest.
This is the WIBC News at noon.
The heat situation is improving. Right now, sunny and 73 degrees on Monument Circle. The air quality is a little suspect, though. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 12 noon. Looking at the upcoming weather in Indiana.
Yeah, the weekend weather looks fantastic. We finally have some relief from the hot and humid conditions that we've seen over the past week or so.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says he does not expect any rain until next week. He also doesn't see any severe weather on the horizon.
Couldn't have asked for better timing for the state fair and this cooler relief that we're seeing. So hopefully you can get out and enjoy the the nice conditions that we're going to see.
Well, the State Fair opened at 8 o'clock this morning. There's agriculture, food, and a tradition many Hoosiers enjoy. Ryan Hedrick reports.
It's a great time to be in agriculture. Indiana agriculture is becoming a national staple.
Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith talking with WIBC just minutes after cutting the ribbon to open the 168th Indiana State Fair. Governor Mike Braun says it's fitting for the fair to open just days after the USDA named Indy as one of its hubs.
We got to have more of this done where it's closer to the people. Maybe this is the pivot point to where we get to a better place.
He said while the USDA helps farmers, it also helps to keep food more affordable, which is a concern for many Hoosiers.
So when it comes to the cost of food, the cost of all the things that are basic to us, I think, again, I look to the place where I've worked 6 years prior to becoming governor.
And then there's the actual fair food.
The buffalo wings and the sirloin tips.
And that's Chloe, and she'll need something to wash that down with, maybe a stop at Larry's root beer stand.
I've been working at the fair with root beer for 43 years.
So whether you're here for tasty treats or to celebrate Indiana's rich farming roots, the fair has something for everyone. Reporting from the Indiana State Fair, Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Tariffs, the unemployment rate, and the latest economic numbers are all being examined closely in Washington.
The new government data out today shows the unemployment rate still just above 4%. Those numbers not up sharply from the month prior, where we saw more jobs added, 73,000 in the last month, still fewer than what economists were expecting. Most of the jobs added in healthcare as well as social services. Another 12,000 jobs lost in the government, 84,000 government jobs lost since January. Overnight, the president issuing new tariff rates on a slew of countries, ranging from 10 to 40%. The tariffs going into effect in less than a week. Democrats jumping all over this latest tariff plan, writing, Trump loves to brag about making deals. You would think he actually knows how to make one. Instead, Trump has spent 6 months dragging the country into his chaotic and reckless trade war.
Fox's Mark Meredith reporting. Stocks have been tumbling all morning, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down as many as 600 points at times. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says he is disappointed by Trump's 35% tariff increase. The president citing the fentanyl crisis as a reason for the tariff hike, and Carney's efforts to recognize a Palestinian state also jeopardized talks, says Trump. Canada's prime minister says the door is still open, though, for a potential trade deal. The White House Christmas tree will come from a Michigan farm this year. It'll be provided by Corson's Tree Farms in Montcalm County. This is only the third time ever that the White House Christmas tree has come from Michigan. The tradition of bringing a tree into the White House began in 1889. Indiana Republican Senator Jim Banks is weighing in on President Trump's cabinet picks. Jake McDaniel reports.
Banks spoke in an interview with WIBC's Hammer and Nigel on Thursday.
Donald Trump and Republicans are pushing through this pro-working class agenda. The Republican Party is the party that passed no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security.
He argues that Democrats are trying to slow down Trump's efforts to run the U.S. and that Democrats are using the confirmation process to unfairly obstruct Trump's ability to put his team into place. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
One police department in Indiana says they're not happy with the media. Johnette Cruz tells you why.
The Avon Police Department's facing pushback and criticism after recent stops were conducted with the help of federal immigration agents. While Avon Police says the operation was a success in identifying drivers with warrants and fraudulent information, the community's reaction has been angry. The department confirms that ICE agents detained 18 people on federal immigration warrants. This revelation has sparked accusations of racial profiling and loss of public trust, but the department says an incomplete story was published before all the details were provided, leading to public fear and anger. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Forward Chloe Bibby has been signed by the Indiana Fever to finish out the rest of the season today. Bibby first joined on a 7-day contract when she signed with the team last Friday. She's averaged 9 points in the first 2 games she's played with the Fever. Caitlin Clark will not